Okay, we're officially live right now. We're about almost 8 minutes late, but sometimes things happen. And we definitely wanted to make sure we had a full team tonight instead of just one of us or then two of us. We had to bring in everybody. So we are going to be talking about the Elimination Chamber Go Home edition of Monday Night Raw, live from Nassau Coliseum, the last WWE show that will ever be in the Nassau Coliseum before it is torn down.
And what a shame, because...
What a show this was to end the run of WWE in Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah, I want to see if that's the last ever thing in Nassau. I need to have a look.
I will say right now that there was a dark match tonight after Raw ended and Randy Orton made his return. He faced Bray Wyatt, so that will literally go down as the final match ever at Nassau Coliseum.
Bray Wyatt, the guy that's so good, 2 weeks after winning at Payback, he's on a dark match.
Yeah.
The new face of fear.
The new face of not even booked for Elimination Chamber.
I just realized that. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that does make sense. Nassau's final event is going to be Billy Joel.
That's cool. That is very appropriate.
That's one hell of an event to close out a venue with.
Indeed it is.
In June, they've got New Kids on the Block with TLC and Nelly.
Right.
Cool.
Shania Train in early July. And then the final concert is the Joel.
They probably had to pack their schedule with some big names, knowing that they were going to...
Oh, but the most important thing's happening this weekend. It's the New York Pet Spectacular and Expo. Yes!
Nice.
This weekend, tickets, to quote Mike Goldberg, are still available.
Of course they are.
Those are the last four events. Wow. You could have gone to WWE Raw at the Coliseum, or 5 nights before, seen The Who.
Oh, wow.
Why didn't they do a live stream of The Who concert rather than this?
Not us, but we're talking about Raw. Or maybe Ashley just wants the night off and wants to just do a live stream of The Who on Pop.
Hey, it would be awesome, but also not awesome.
Yes, agreed.
Or something.
We'll go with that. So, yeah, let's talk about a couple of things real quick before we get started with Raw, because, yeah, it's always fun to just, like, talk about other things before Raw starts.
Green trying to be obscured by a giant bloody table.
I need to apologize.
Crap, by putting a big, huge table and laptops, of which one isn't actually even a laptop, it's a tablet, but that's the way Microsoft works. Thanks, Surface 3. It looks like a piece of crap compared to real laptops.
You're going to be on fire tonight, I can just tell.
Well, by getting the crappy tablet.
Soro and Disney, do you know, like, do you tweet Spanish now? Because your latest tweet has Spanish.
I'm not going to lie to you. For some reason, when I tweet out the actual, like, YouTube, like, the video, even though it's not going to be up until tomorrow, obviously, because that's going to be archived, but, yeah, for some reason, lately, it's been tweeting out in Spanish, and I don't understand why. Because just like Ron Burgundy, I don't speak Spanish.
I can't even retweet that and say we're live because it's the Spanish.
In case you want to hear this podcast in Spanish, just press the SAP.
Right.
God. Yeah, if you go to it right now, it'll basically tell you that I am. Oh my God! It is in Spanish.
It's podcast. It's podcast deportes.
Oh my God! Why is it tweeting out in Spanish? I don't get that. I gotta talk to YouTube. Well, like they're gonna talk to me.
Yeah, right. Like, you know.
Watch the exclusive preview of Daniel Bryan's See.
I thought that preview actually finished up before I got on the call with you guys, and those first look previews are supposed to be 30 minutes long. That was not 30 minutes long. It was like 25 minutes. And it seems like an all right documentary. It goes into
The scary thing is, the documentary is only 10 minutes. They actually gave you more than what's going to be on the disc.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna want to watch something involving Daniel Bryan, I would want to watch Wrestling Road Diaries.
I never heard of that.
Or Ring of Honor.
I'm talking about a documentary.
Wrestling Road Diaries is Ring of Honor.
I don't have any ROH. I have one ROH DVD that I can see from here. It's called The Legacy Continues.
One ROH DVD.
Wow.
Okay.
DiBiase and Cody Rhodes were in.
My friend decided to give me all of his wrestling paraphernalia when he got out of wrestling, and one of the things was an ROH DVD, and I actually have an ROH like hockey jersey too.
So, wrestling paraphernalia? Did you manage to get Katie Vick's coffin?
No, I didn't get that. Bunch of shirts, DVDs, video games, a big sack full of stuff.
Well, now I kind of want my friend.
You got Repo Man sack? Oh my word!
Yeah, big Santa sack. Two things real quick. Number one, before we get started with Raw, which of course we're really easily taking your time on, if you can't tell. But all three of us need to apologize for what happened on Wednesday. It was an issue with Google Hangouts, and
apologize. It's Google's fault.
Yeah,
you have all
you wanted me to apologize.
You can't get a system that can archive stuff properly. Ow.
Okay, I see where you're coming from, but I'm still apologizing to the viewers for the fact that we don't have a good full NXT TakeOver Unstoppable review on there.
We're sorry we can't give you a stuff. Google screwed up.
Yeah, big time.
Google screwed Google.
I can assure you, and both on this call will definitely back this up, that was a 3-hour plus podcast.
Yeah, when I looked at the archive and saw it was an hour and 47, I was like, hold on.
Did you listen to
People need to get the full glory of Hoodie Man. And they sort of did, but didn't.
Well, no, the greatest part for me was when we had Cleveland on, and he would talk, and then 5 minutes later, it was like, and coming up soon is going to be our special guest, Cleveland. So, yeah, it was like out of whack. It was like janky. It just, oh my God, I'm sorry. Obviously, my commentary on the matches, it was kind of like, we're talking about, I believe we're talking about Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch for like 5 minutes, and I can assure you that was not how long that conversation lasted. It's just a really messed up. Thanks for watching it, by the way. We appreciate it, but I mean, the quality will be better this Sunday, mark my words.
I'm actually surprised, we didn't get any comments from the fans. You'd think the fans would have noticed something with the video, too.
Yeah, but then again, sometimes it's that short attention span theater with YouTube, and people like to have the shorter stuff, not the longer stuff. But then again, that goes back to the Halloween Horror Nights podcast. We did it over the weekend, and it was 4.5 hours long, and still has over 200 views on it.
Oh, it hit 200.
Yeah, it hit 200 today. Okay, so we have more NXT things to talk about. Number one, the next set of TV tapings is going to actually be on June 18th, and it's already sold out at Full Sail. Shock, surprise. Because I can guarantee you, and I know this for a fact, that the tickets were probably sold out that night because, like my friend Kyle said, and like I'm sure, Aaron, you definitely know, if you want tickets to the next event, you have to be there at the previous event or you're going to be out of luck.
They really have to put
tickets are not still available.
No, they're not.
I think there needs to be just a limit to how many tickets that they can sell. Not allowed to sell because they can sell all of them, but they can sell those nights. Because, people that, may have or may not have the money per se and, cannot be there at Full Sail, you have to be there to purchase it. You can't just be there and say, oh, I wasn't here, I want to purchase the ticket. I really hope they do look into that, putting a limit to the how many tickets they can sell, because I think it's a little unfair.
It's maybe like a ticket lottery possibly would be something that they should look into.
They don't honestly have to worry, because instead they can go to Universal Studios to see the last TV tapings possibly of Impact.
Yeah, no, they could, that's free, but, NXT is a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different experience because, like I said before, the last Impact tapings, the crowd has been very dead.
They don't come off well on television either.
Tapings in one night compared to 1 week of tapings in one night.
Well, I think the last round of NXT tapings, they taped a month, and I've been at NXT taping probably one or two before, and then I think they taped about almost a month, and it's a long time, but it's not like I'm drained out of energy by the end of the night like I am with TNA. TNA, I think, kind of overdoes it with tapings. When it comes to Explosion, they'll tape back-to-back Explosion matches if they have to after Impact Wrestling.
It's like the old WWF Superstars days where they tape 6 hours of jobber matches and maybe one or two like mid-card matches and one big main event at the end.
Yeah, whatever, I guess, floats their boat. They're saving money, but...
Yeah, well... So, you've got that. You've got your TV tapings. So, if you basically wanted to go, my advice to you, follow Full Sail University on Twitter because they give away tickets. Closer to the event, they'll give away a couple tickets, and that's how I got to go, so I checked Full Sail University's Twitter.
I've always done that. I've never won, but I won better tickets than Full Sail was ever giving away. I won a radio station prize pack. Literally the contest was like uploaded onto my 101.1 WJR's radio station's website a couple days, maybe the day before the actual taping. And then they called me like the day of, I guess, when the contest started or whatever, and they said, you won tickets, and it was ringside tickets. And that was it. There was no prize pack. It was just ringside tickets, but that was probably better than what Full Sail was giving away. But,
I was trying to get ringside for TakeOver, but obviously they weren't going for it, obviously.
No, well, those are the ones that really go the fastest. And actually, I didn't the tickets get cheaper for ringside seats for the NXT television tapings? Because I swear they used to be like maybe $15 or $20, not NXT TakeOver, and now ringside seats for an NXT taping is $15 now.
Yeah, I think the TV tapings are going to be cheaper, obviously, than TakeOver, because TakeOver is basic, in essence, a pay-per-view. So,
do you expect that tickets would ever go up in price, or they're already making enough money as it is now, just going on the road, which those tickets will be more expensive than the Full Sail events? Because I'm always concerned about that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Because I think people enjoy $10, $15 worth of great wrestling.
Totally, and it's funny because they can spend $10 and see local wrestling in Central Florida too.
Florida is the home of a lot of local wrestling. I keep hearing a lot of stuff about PWF. Maybe I got that wrong, but I believe in wrestling.
I believe in wrestling is a company that I definitely support. You need to check them out.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. That should be on my bucket list for wrestling fan to do this year.
My friend,
go to NXT and TNA. That's it.
Like Chase and Rance and my friend Chico Adams, and I know Santana Garrett, the NWA Women's Champion, is normally on their shows. So
I only know Santana Garrett. Don't know about the other names, but I'm sure I would become a fan of theirs if I went.
Yeah, Chico Adams is awesome. Definitely an up and comer. You need to check him out. He's going to be something outside of Florida one of these days. Mark my words. I think Jarrett will sign him up in a heartbeat. Jeff Jarrett. I think maybe fans don't know how much traveling he's done over the past few months to really get Global Force Wrestling kick-started. And I think a lot of fans jump to conclusions, including me, and I would probably apologize to Jeff Jarrett that, there was no, he was traveling around the world, but there was no updates coming. There was no roster, and they just kept saying, stay tuned, stay tuned. And, when you keep doing that repetitively, a lot of fans are going to lose hope before the thing even gets lifted off
Underground. So.
Well, like I said, it's just a foregone conclusion. Global Force Wrestling is basically Pro Wrestling Syndicate with a bigger budget. That's not a bad thing, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not a bad thing because, Lucha Underground has a big budget. That's why they have to tone down the show for next season. And I'm positive. I think I've said this before. I'm positive they're going to get picked up for another season. The ratings should be good. The ratings might be like TNA and Destination America, which is another story. But El Rey Network is fairly new still. So.
What else does El Rey have other than episodes of From Dusk Till Dawn?
They have the Director's Chair, I think it's called. I want to see the one this Sunday, but Elimination Chamber is on Sunday.
Yeah. Priorities.
Robert Zemeckis, who's the Back to the Future director.
Oh, Robert Zemeckis?
Yeah, I said his last name wrong. I'm sorry.
We have a 3-hour discussion on Polar Express.
That was a good movie. I'm not going to lie. That was a good movie.
And it's a great attraction, too. I just hate Wild Arctic.
Yeah, during the holidays, it's a great attraction.
That's why I said I love the Polar Express, but I hate Wild Arctic.
Yeah, Wild Arctic. I've always thought, obviously this is way off topic now, but Wild Arctic is like a cheap knockoff version of Star Wars, I think.
Yeah, it's the Star Tours technology, but it sucks.
Yeah,
and the Star Tours technology does not suck.
Yeah, no, they need to refurbish that.
And just get the only thing that makes it worth it is the Christmas time when they do the Polar Express.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna try to hit up the Christmas thing this year. I tried winning tickets to it desperately last year because I think they just have next to Disney, and Universal comes last for some reason, but next to Disney they have so much going on. It will jam pack your day just to spend there for the holidays. It's really, I thought at some points it was better than Disney's.
Christmas-wise, I honestly continue to agree with you. And I did every single one of their Christmas events in one night, and I know it was a workout, but it was totally worth it.
Yep, absolutely.
Speaking of Christmas, this part of the WWE Popcast has been brought to you by the new Austin Powers t-shirt that we are putting out. Inspired by Fat Bastard, you can proclaim that you eat babies.
I like the Eddie Izzard thing, putting babies on spikes.
Yep.
I'm crazy, Eddie. I put babies on spikes.
Hey, it could be worse. You could beat the crap out of a woman.
That is a great segue, Ashley. Thank you.
That's you idiot.
You just wrote it right in there. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about NXT.
Talk about Christmas and Robert Zemeckis for 2 hours.
It's probably a lot better than what we're going to talk about tonight. So NXT is having some issues with their merchandise. The Hideo Itami shirt got pulled. Don't know exactly why, but
I saw something about that. I don't know why either.
The big thing is the Becky Lynch shirt got pulled.
Wait a minute.
The Becky Lynch shirt is still available in women's sizes because, given what it says, that's fine. But as you look on WWE Shop right now in the NXT section, cheap plug, the shirt says Lass Kicker with Made in Ireland in the back. Makes perfect sense. Something cool to wear to promote Becky Lynch, but a guy wearing that shirt. Not a good marketing decision.
Is it available in guys? Because, you said it was available in women's.
It was for a few hours.
It was for a couple hours.
Until I think it was OSW Review on YouTube said, hey, if you're Scottish, you can wear this t-shirt and proclaim your love for domestic violence against your wife.
Yes.
I don't think
slang for a female. So basically what you're trying to say is if a man wears that shirt, you're basically proclaiming, I like to beat the crap out of women.
I am Chris Brown's #1 fan.
I've got a feeling Chris Dickinson must have bought this shirt at some point.
Chris Dickinson needs to wear that shirt for his indie appearances. That would be great cheap heat right there.
Well, at least they didn't pull the Samoa Joe shirts, because that would cause a riot.
They can't. It's not on sale right now because it's backlogged.
It could have been worse. It could have been a new T-shirt for the team in trying to think, WSU of Annie Sosha and Kimberly, the chicks using nasty tactics.
Yeah.
Think about it, kids.
It's like the old Van Halen shirt.
And then don't think about it, you dirty kids.
Don't forget there was a Van Halen shirt back in the 80s that got a lot of flack, too, with what it said on it. So, yeah, NXT's having an issue with merchandise.
That's a jump. I'm guessing that's jump, I don't know.
It says, for unlawful carnal knowledge. And a kid actually got suspended for wearing that shirt to school.
I wouldn't be surprised if you got in trouble for wearing a jump shirt on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, God.
I think
That's what you said Van Halen, and that's what I thought.
No. Worse.
I think wrestlers and divas should just, like, even though it's a public Twitter account, they can technically say whatever they want, but they have to check in with WWE sometimes because they're big brother.
Well, that's how Owens does his stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
He does whatever the hell he wants on Twitter, but knows where to not cross the line.
Right.
I love him posting the pictures when he was at Magic Kingdom with his kid the other day.
Unlike the WWE marketing person that doesn't realise that T-shirts can be sold globally, not just in America, where Americans have no clue of British culture.
Yep.
I think divas and superstars should refrain from asking people how was Raw and just leave it to the WWE networks, to social media accounts to say that, because Cameron, aka Ariana Andrews, said, "What was your favorite part of Raw?" Hashtag W Uniondale. She might be in Uniondale because I think they were in Long Island tonight. I think that's what she. And someone said when it was over. So
somebody must have said the news that we found out that you aren't on Tough Enough next season. Well, not Total Divas.
Total Divas.
Yeah.
Well, and another person said nothing because you wasn't on the show, and I think it would not have made a difference for the show overall if Cameron was on Raw.
It would have made the show worse.
Yeah, totally. Would have definitely made it worse.
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, I'm sure Cameron is a wonderful lady, but I mean,
right.
Good Lord.
Surprise police officers. She's a wonderful lady.
Learn how to work. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, like, and she talks about, having haters. I mean, we're not hating, we're just, critiquing, but, I mean.
We're stating the facts. We're not hating.
I think Vinny's awesome.
Did she ever go to NXT like she said she was going to and told Divas? Because I don't remember ever seeing her on an NXT episode. And she said that in the past year.
My guess is she did dark matches on NXT.
Oh.
She probably worked at the Performance Center, and that's what she considered NXT.
Did she work there long enough?
Probably. No, clearly not.
When I hear from a TV taping, spoilers.
Real quick, I need to make an announcement before we actually go into Raw.
Hang on. Oh, speaking. So, I've got the right to speak. It's officially my birthday now.
Thank you for blowing the spot, Ashley. We both.
Yeah, no, but this is more important. The NXT taping spoilers and all that.
Okay.
Reveal that when Eva Marie got to do a promo at NXT, the entire arena said, "You can't wrestle."
I'm not surprised.
You idiots.
And the thing I gotta say is that, why should we be surprised? I mean, a lot of fans are saying, okay, give Eve a chance, but in my opinion, every time she went out, because nobody can improve over time. Every time she went out with the Bellas, when she did a promo or when she did a match, each of those times was a chance. I gave her multiple chances. I really don't consider her a diva. I just consider her a reality star now with Jonathan.
Total Divas did not help her chances at all.
Not at all. And isn't she part of the season? What is it? Season 3 cast this July? Is she still a part of it?
She's definitely still a part of it.
It's still
actually season 47, but you know.
Yeah. It's still not going to help her one bit.
I think working with Brian Kendrick will, though.
It would it would have done if she actually wrestled in the ring and was good. But no, they just had her do a bloody promo.
She hasn't had her matches yet, so I have a feeling they're going to test that out.
Well, they should have done it when she was there, because as soon as they knew she was there, even on the live episode last week, they were just sort of really not giving a damn about her.
Yeah.
If they didn't give her the chance to do a promo and just had her come out and saying, "Oh, here's her in-ring wrestling return," and did some pretty good stuff, you wouldn't have had the "you can't wrestle" and the negative feedback on her.
I think there's a separate team of officials that run NXT. There has to be, because it seems like they really do care about developing the characters or trying to evolve these characters in NXT, and that's what they may be doing to Eva Marie at this point, is to kind of protect her identity.
Opposite, because she's been on Total Divas and hasn't been on NXT. They don't give a damn about her, so they're trying to ruin her career and trying to get proper talents in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely trying not to resurrect her career. I think that would be too strong.
It's a conspiracy. They're trying to finish her off.
Try to improve her career.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, if she can come back and work in NXT for a little bit and get back to the main roster, that's great. If she can't, then she can't. It's just some people can't do it.
Hell, at this rate, she might well be Divas champion, yet alone NXT Women's champion.
Like Triple H said on the E60 behind the curtain, not everybody's going to make it, and I think that's true. So, if she doesn't make it, she's beautiful. She can stick to modeling. She'll do just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just put Lana in her place.
They're going to.
She seems to be more committed to actually, learning.
Yeah, well,
they're going to, so no worries.
Yeah, Lana's very dedicated.
And also, with the amount of shots that she's done, the amount of shots that she's done for certain magazines and publications, there'll be a lot of people satisfied as well.
Oh, God.
Well, especially her promos, too. Lana's promos are just, riveting.
Well, she's an actress, so it makes perfect sense she'd have great promos.
Yeah, but, to be an actress and an athlete, I think she's really going to be a role model, not just to young female fans, but, actresses in Hollywood and athletes to do both.
See, that's the point, too. That's exactly what we're supposed to think, and that's the actual right thing to think right now.
Yeah.
And
like
I agree.
Jennifer Lawrence, she's already got nudes out.
Yeah, very true. Ashley's going to bring up the thing he brings up every week here on the podcast.
That's how she got the nickname Ravishing CJ. Just kidding.
So, okay.
You're stealing my name, bitch.
Punch someone.
Why was that part of her nickname? I just figured that.
Did you just punch someone, Ashley? It sounded like you just punched someone off the mic.
Yeah, I punched myself.
That's great.
That is the power of a shoelace. It literally sounds like a whip crack. It's like...
Nice.
I can do the Legend of Xanadu in a song now. Is that how to do?
Okay. I guess it's time to talk Raw.
Yeah, look at the time.
The best bit of the night, the actual video package.
We'll get to that. Don't worry. Real quick, since even though Ashley kind of spoiled it, it is the truth. Happy birthday to Ashley. It is officially his birthday. For us, it's been his birthday for him for a while, but it's officially for us now.
Ruin the birthday chances. You wouldn't let me talk. It's important to talk about, the Fat Bastard T-shirt coming soon to the pop store.
Yeah, once I get a real pop logo, I'll start getting merch made. To be honest.
The card. I think I still have the card from you. Maybe I don't. But isn't that the logo?
That is the logo, but I want one that's like unique. I want one that I didn't just make on a website that I can't really copyright.
Oh, okay.
I need a real logo for the channel.
Damn you, Roy Lichtenstein.
Yeah, pretty much.
People will get that reference. I don't even know if Owen gets it.
No.
Google it, kids. Google it. As he rapidly types on the keyboard.
Oh my god. Alright, so no, I'm not rapidly typing on a keyboard, I'm in the chat.
Yeah. Well, the people in chat will tell us.
Drowning Girl?
Probably.
That's what Roy Lichtenstein is.
I got the name right.
Roy Lichtenstein is famous for the period of pop art.
There you go.
Yes. Okay, let's talk Raw. Oh my god. Talk about a couple backward steps after last week.
Look, let's talk about the best bit of the night.
We're not there yet.
Yes, we are. The best bit of the night was the very well put together Memorial Day package, and the fact that they actually had a 10-bell salute for all the dead soldiers.
Is it bad that I was making a Surge Slurpee at that time?
It's the first time in quite a few years they've actually had a 10-bell salute for the dead soldiers.
I don't recall that ever happened in the past.
Yeah, no, me neither. And I don't know if it was just me. I'm sure it was other people, but I guess if you were there, it was dead silence, which it should be. But to me, just seeing that on television, it gave me goosebumps. Now, the video package, I enjoyed it. It was very warm. But John Cena in the first 10 seconds, though, I'm just saying.
It could have been worse. It just could have been Ronald Reagan. Anybody thinks McMahon is a Republican?
That he definitely is. And he spoke to the crowd in Long Island before they went on air. That was a mistake. We haven't seen him in months. We know he's backstage. He should have been aired.
If you think they're going to take the company, they're going to have to rip it from my cold dead hands. Reagan.
Well, the funny thing is that was done for the live crowd only.
Yeah. And that's the point. I think it should have aired. We haven't seen him in months, so.
That's the point. We're not supposed to see him right now. This was done for the live crowd, being the fact it was the last showing in the Nassau Coliseum.
I didn't see the video. Did he mention about the last show at the net there?
It was been mentioned all night on the show that this was the last WWE show ever at the Nassau Coliseum.
No, I realized that, but did Vince mention it? Or was he just talking about Memorial Day? I didn't see the video, because they have video of him talking.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was making a frozen surge at the time.
It's because you've been tweeting in Spanish, that's what it is.
I don't know what that's about. I can't speak Spanish. Anybody that can hear me, please tell me why my tweets are going out in Spanish for just the podcast. Because it's just the podcast, it's nothing else. And it's just the wrestling one, so I think it's a conspiracy.
Donda est pop.
God. Oh, we actually have a question in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, we actually have someone in the chat room.
Attention to us? Right, I'm leaving.
For regular pop viewers, the person that joined us on the Halloween Horror Nights podcast, Tristan, HHN Fan 16, has a question, and I don't know the answer to your answer, so I'm going to ask. How many live WWE shows have both of you attended?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And, mine actually is not a tough one because it's not a lot because they're expensive.
Yeah, they are.
But I went to WrestleMania, Raw 3-4 times, SmackDown 2 times, house show once. I think that's it. I think there's more, but I think that's it. That's a lot. That's like 6, 7 times.
Ashley?
Doing the math, I think I've worked it out. About 0.
You never been to a live
Really?
WWE show, that's right.
No, because when they come over here, they charge 4 times the price that they would for the other ones. Because it's a UK tour. They've got to make some of the money that they're using on jet fuel.
Who knew?
By the way, jet fuel cannot melt steel booms. And if anybody gets that, please tell Boogie I sent it.
Our viewer in the chat room is right, though, that they are fun to attend. I mean, except the house show. I really didn't like the house show. Well,
House shows are great because they give you a lot more. They give the workers a lot more time to do a lot more in their matches.
House shows have more honest reactions.
Correct.
Yeah, the house show. But when it's in a venue where Raw is, it's kind of weird looking.
It's a weird atmosphere, but the problem is with that, you get half the people going, I want to be on TV!
I love the people that bring signs to shows that are not televised.
Yeah, that woman back in '97 that showed her tits during the whole
Yeah.
thing.
I remember that.
Ever since 18 years on. And again, she could be doing great in herself. I don't know.
My answer is about
She's
7
got
myself.
kids. She needs to show that clip of her on loop to her kids.
This is what can happen to you.
Yeah.
Stay away from WWE events. Yeah, I can say I was a WCW guy, so I was attending a lot more WCW events than WWF events.
I have been to one wrestling show. Good old Shikara a couple of months back. Which was freaking awesome.
I've been to Raw, SmackDown, Impact, ECW, SummerSlam, WWE versus ECW show. They did a one-off. They aired it on the USA Network.
Oh, you meant Summerfest?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Don't worry. We'll get into that. But let's talk about the actual show, shall we? So, obviously, the Authority start off the show, and...
As always.
Yeah. Ambrose is a role model to the universe. Why? Because he basically acted like a common thug to cheat his way to a title shot. And they made this decision under duress, so Rollins is like, you know what, you can't overturn it, and Triple H and Stephanie don't agree with this, apparently. Triple H calls Ambrose out to sign the contract. He comes out, he says, I can't sleep. Instead of counting sheep, I count out the times that I punch Seth Rollins' teeth out. Beating up Rollins makes me happy, and next time I do it, it will be for the title. He says when he wins the championship, J&J can go barefoot like the hobbitses that they are, Kane can wear a collar, and Rollins can drunk dial Selena Gomez because he'll always be Justin Bieber. I don't know why they're rolling with this unless it's one thing. To me, it sounds like it's a rib and an inside reference that made it to television.
It's becoming too frequent. Why do I think Justin Bieber's going to make an appearance on Raw at some point?
He was supposed to be a part of wrestling before. It was supposed to be him and Cena against the Wyatt family at SummerSlam.
That was the match they were planning.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashley can back me up on this.
Leak dick pics. So basically, him and Rollins are the same.
Yeah.
Find them, believers. I know you want them.
That's the only way that they're the same. But it's great because Rollins, in true heel fashion, qualifies the fact that being compared to Justin Bieber is a good thing. It's like, he has more money than any of you will ever have, and he has women fawning all over him, and men. Well, so
He's Canadian.
he is Canadian, and Rollins is from Iowa. Polar opposite.
And also, biggest selling artist of his generation. I think Adele would like to kick you in the junk.
I did not get that at all. And I think wrestling or one of the wrestling news websites said that as well. Wait, what? About that statement.
I swear to you, it sounds like it's a rib. It really does. It sounds like it was a rib that it was a haha that made it to television. Because the Justin Bieber connection makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Justin Bieber is a dick, and he gets pictured all the time. That's what it is.
That's the only correlation between the two, yeah.
In-joke to the leak. That's what it is.
Why am I sensing the next time Raw is in Los Angeles, or even SummerSlam this year, Justin Bieber's going to be in Seth Rollins' corner?
Because he'll be in prison.
Fact.
Did you say fact?
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Tyson. So, here's the thing, though. There was another thing. SummerSlam has been known for doing, like, the celebrity tie-ins that never happened. Remember Jackass? Jackass versus Umaga?
Don't ruin the debut episode of Swerved.
Yeah.
I'm actually really looking forward to that.
Jeff Tremaine working with WWE again. So, okay, where are we? Yeah, it's funny because they were doing a WWE thing for .com about saying goodbye to David Letterman, and they were basically saying, what would you say to Letterman if you had the chance? Everybody was showing pictures. And a couple of them said nothing because I like Jimmy Kimmel. And it was funny because the one thing Ambrose said is, I don't own a television. Well, I call BS on that because Ambrose made a Human Centipede reference in the promo.
He's just getting hyped for the third film coming out in a week or so.
That review is cheap plug is coming to pop this Friday. Yes, AJ tackles the Human Centipede on Friday.
Has he sat through it yet?
He was actually watching it when I was talking to him on the phone the other day.
Is he going to watch San Andreas? Because I'm going to a San Andreas advanced screening today.
We will be in San Andreas on Thursday night.
Nice. I'll be seeing it before you guys. No spoilers.
I don't watch advanced screenings.
I'll be in.
You don't watch advanced screenings? Oh, okay.
We don't have them.
For all of
you.
You
don't have them where you are. That makes sense.
Today.
Ashley played Grand Theft Auto. That's good enough. You mean Mother Nature, the movie?
Yes.
That's exactly what San Andreas is.
I know.
Andreas is Boys in the Hood. That's what that is.
And you realize I'll make that reference on camera, and like 5 people that watch the videos will get it. Comedy for one is still comedy. So Ambrose takes off his jacket, heads to the ring, and of course Aquaman comes to make the save. And he says...
Aquaman was backup. You know, because he thought that Dean Ambrose was Batman, and he thought the Justice League was coming together early.
Oh my god, they are the Justice League. Oh god, that's correct. But Dean is more like the Joker than... Oh, okay, then they're like the Suicide Squad mixed with the Justice League.
Star Wars is Wonder Woman.
Oh boy. I like that better than Gal Gadot. Not a fan. So Stephanie says Ambrose has till the end of the night to sign the contract. Right away I'm getting Stone Cold vibes, and I'm sure the entire internet's saying the same thing.
You know, the interesting thing about that is that I think it was WWE that made the post, and it was a picture, or maybe it was somebody else that made the post, but it was just a picture of today's stars, and I forgot who was compared to Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, but Stone Cold was compared to Dean Ambrose, and tons of fans went on to hate, I guess, and said that Dean Ambrose doesn't seem anything like Stone Cold, won't be like Stone Cold.
So they did this on purpose tonight.
Yeah, no, well, it's not even on purpose. How is he being booked? He is booked like Stone Cold. He is the fan favorite like Stone Cold, just without flipping the bird.
What?
And he has funny lines.
What?
Roman is more like Rocky Maivia than The Rock. And
Yeah. Well,
that
no,
would make
no,
Seth
no.
Rollins Triple H.
Oh, yeah. You just said it right. You said Rocky Maivia. I thought you said like Roman Reigns like The Rock. I'm like, no, not when it comes to mic skills.
No,
No.
he's Rocky Maivia.
Yeah. And what is Seth Rollins then? Oh, that was the person. Someone said Seth Rollins is the next Triple H.
He is. And they're going to feud eventually, and it's going to be awesome.
So it's going to be the pedigree versus pedigree.
Yes.
That's what that is.
But we got a long way before Rollins turns face, so we don't need to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
So we get the opening match, which is normally the show's closing match. It always puts me to sleep.
Your main event was on first.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for the other. It's like technically the other 2 hours isn't actually matches because your main event's on first.
I didn't get that when Stephanie said, I'm going to make a main event. Oh, yeah, that happens now. I'm like, how accurate is that statement, Stephanie?
Okay.
Technically, it's always inaccurate because you've got the show main event, which is clearly never a main event.
No, it's normally a promo.
Right.
Well, okay.
Perhaps so. Main event, no.
Okay, Ashley, it's like going back to WCW when Gene Simmons was working with Dale Torborg and they created the Kiss Demon, and they said he had to be in a main event, so WCW called his match a main event special attraction to get away with it.
Well, they are the greatest. They are the greatest band in the world, supposedly.
Yeah, but Dale Torborg wasn't the greatest wrestler in the world, that's for sure.
Could have been worse. Could have been Norman Smiley and Flair's kid.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Hey, real quick, what are our thoughts on the WWE app no longer giving second screen experiences?
It's not going to feel like a house show anymore.
For some people, it wasn't even a first screen experience, so I don't know why.
Well, it was the weird thing. It was like you knew when they were getting ready to go back to commercial because if you were watching television, you were seeing that USA was airing the show that's probably going to be canceled in a month anyway. And the next thing, or the show that's been on forever that won't go away, that no one watches, but apparently still does ratings for some reason. When you're doing that, you know that they're about to end, and then it's like, okay, we're going to join you back on Raw in just a few minutes. And the funny thing is, when they pick back up, they're still a couple of minutes behind. Yeah,
when I saw bits of it on one stream that I managed to find one week, they sort of showed the bits in between, and it was like 30 seconds, and then it was 3 minutes of nothing until they were waiting for the ambulance to come back. I was like, wow, this second screen experience is an experience.
And it was forget. It was funny sometimes because when JBL would sometimes, they go to commercial break and he's still running his loud mouth like he was doing more than ever tonight. He's still talking, and they're still talking not about the match on the second screen experience. That's what I liked about it. No, but, you know, in all seriousness, I liked it because it obviously showed you what was happening during the commercial breaks. I knew that when I went to Raw in February here in Orlando because they still had it. They had it for a couple of years. I thought it was longer than 2 years, but they've had it for 2 years, granted. I'll miss it. I used to, be on every week until I got into doing something else with another app during the commercial break, so I really rarely ever tuned into it. So now without the second screen experience, I can do the other thing now during the commercial breaks. And Joey Styles responded to a fan's tweet just a few minutes ago, and he said that the WWE app will have results and highlights and photos from Raw and SmackDown, just not the second screen experiences, and also that the fans use Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter more than the second screen experience during Raw. So maybe they looked at it statistically and logically, wanted to get rid of the second screen experience, but it almost kind of defeats the purpose because the WWE app was kind of built around that. What is the point of having the WWE app anymore?
Because, but what about tout, you bastards? What about tout?
I think they've given up on Tout.
Yeah, a long time ago. But I think, obviously they'll keep the WWE app, but it just seems like there's just no point for it anymore because, well, that's one of the ways to watch the network.
That's how I access the network on my tablet.
Yeah, maybe they should just change the app to just the network. I think, hear me out. I think this is where it's going. HBO Now is its own app.
Mm.
WWE Network, its own app. It's coming. I think
Well,
it's
I honestly think it's because I think it's because they're going to put all the video stuff and all the live response stuff into the Tough Enough app, which they promoted for the first time tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've yet to download that app. Obviously, we all have to download it if we want to vote. If it's not rigged, of who's going to win.
I don't want to vote because I'll probably be divided.
I have friends involved in this. I'm going to be divided too.
Really?
14 people.
No, they haven't. It's midnight on the 5th of June, I believe.
Because it sounded like tonight that they already picked the cast. Because if you watch back the commercial, they're saying get a look at the cast, or maybe they said quickly future cast. Or possibly.
No, they didn't. If they've picked the cast, which would not surprise me, I would say right now that it's not on the app because the app basically just shows you like who the special guest coaches are going to be. And
won't make it public till Money in the Bank.
Yep.
That's the way they'll do it.
And you introduce the cast on Raw Monday night after Money in the Bank is my guess.
And NXT.
Yeah, so I won't be here for that.
And NXT is kind of more useful into developing talent than Tough Enough. I mean, there kind of is almost no reason for Tough Enough to come back. I mean, if you look back in the past, it's made careers, but when does the winner ever show up?
when he doesn't get punished for drugs. Isn't that right, Big Andy?
Oh God, Silent Rage has been silenced once and for all.
So, yeah.
And the guy that didn't even get anywhere near winning, Matt Cross, is Trios champion in Lucha Underground.
Yep.
Need I say more?
There's not many.
Big disappointment.
They had him. He actually shows up in the Impact Zone. It sits ringside, and that's as far as it went. They made him buy a ticket.
We are not interested, mate. Get the hell out of the arena.
Well, the funny thing is you don't have to pay for Impact tickets, and they made him pay.
Oh, wow!
That's obviously not true, but I mean that's basically what it was.
It should have been true.
I agree, 100%.
What is with this? What is with this tweet? Someone said Neville needs new theme music. No, he doesn't.
He's allowed to come out to music that sounds like a ripoff of the Polyfuse method from Crystal Method. Neville Man's music makes me want to ride the Rip Ride Rocket.
Yeah, plenty of wrestlers are allowed to do a little wub wub.
That would be your NXT Tag Team Champions.
No, that's more like epileptic seizure wub wub.
Wub wub is always bad at all times. I hate dubstep.
It's not dubstep, it's wub wub. Completely different thing.
So, the main event of the show starts first, apparently. Yeah, let's go to the... Go ahead.
I really think it's like we're starting backwards when you say main event.
Yeah, yeah, when we get to the televised main event, dear God.
All right, let's get to the finish here, shall we? All right, so Rollins tagged in. He gets the springboard knee strike, gets a near fall off that, goes for Avada Kedavra, but gets caught. Spun around. Ambrose goes for Dirty Deeds version 2, which of course ends up getting into the Ghetto Blaster from Rollins, which goes for the Jawbreaker Lariat, which of course is ducked, because of course. And Ambrose gets a backslide and gets a 3 count off of that. So Ambrose wins clean as a sheet in the center of the ring. Yeah, he's not winning Sunday, like anyone thought he would.
Here's your winner, and still WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H. I mean Seth Rollins.
So in the back, J&J bring the contract, but they don't really bring the contract, and Noble basically said, slap me and call me Sally. And this is played like 4,000 times the entire night. Ambrose calls him Sally and slaps him in the face.
Sally Field?
Not just Sally.
Okay.
And because Rollins shoves the cameraman into his path, he decks him and ends up going to jail for it later on.
Whoa. Rollins did not shove him.
It is revealed later on in the show via a YouTube video that that's exactly what happened.
You're ruining the spot later on in the night. For 2 hours, they were making out like he was the guilty party.
Oh, I know that.
Spot music.
I legitimately don't care, to be honest.
That was the best bit. It was like, you know, they were behind the scenes filming behind the scenes. It's behind the scenes-ception, people. Come on.
It even made a weird noise on the chat a minute ago. So yeah. Okay, we get a really awesome video package highlighting Kevin Owens. Which, great things as always. Real quick, what is everyone's opinion on the opening match, or the main event, or whatever you want to call this?
I thought it wasn't. It's an opener. It's not a main event. It didn't have a main event feel to it, obviously.
Main event.
And it was. I didn't pay much attention to it.
I usually am like falling asleep during it when it's the main event on Raw most of the time.
Yeah, you know, maybe it was good for people like you that fall asleep during the main, and I'm guilty of that many times before. Past few months I've been good about it, but yeah. So, not much to say about it.
It was a match. Rollins and Kane against Ambrose and Reigns. Yeah, it was okay. Whatever.
It was so much filler. I wanted a sandwich. Can't think why.
Oh boy. Well, the Entourage cast arrived next in a limo, and of course.
Speaking of sandwich. Oh no.
Of course, there's someone missing from this cast, but we will talk about that in a minute.
Thank God. Thank bloody God. Somebody had credibility.
Okay. All right.
Oh, hell, Pip.
So we're highlighting the Intercontinental title elimination chamber somewhat. So we find out that the rumors are true that Rusev pretty much is back to being the Bulgarian Brute, and they pretty much took away any Russian connection to him.
Putin has officially done a non-disclosure agreement with WWE.
Yes.
All representation of his head being on the Titantron.
Still looks like Anderson Cooper even riding that horse. Now, Rusev faces R-Truth. It was a match. Leap kick, stomp, accolade. Okay. Rusev then does something that is completely uncharacteristic of his gimmick.
He lets R-Truth live?
That's the first part of it. And he's like, Lana, we need to talk. Can you please come down? He uses the word please. I'm not leaving until you come down. Please. Then we go to commercial.
Yeah, no, then you come back from commercial break and he's like, Lana, please. Please, Lana. I'm like, wow, he's really calm.
He's been there for 4 minutes going, please, please, please.
So it's clear that someone in WWE Creative has watched The Room recently, because that was pure Tommy Wiseau right there.
You are tearing me apart, Lana.
Exactly. Same thing I said on Twitter, exactly. And shout out to my friend Juliette Danielle, who plays Lisa on The Room, so she will hopefully appreciate that reference. So he says, as he continues, Lana, please, you owe me this. Do it for Bulgaria, for Mother Russia. Okay, maybe that was the only thing you mentioned on Russia. Lana comes out to a variation of Rusev's theme, but it's only like the beginning part of it.
It's her old music.
It's her old music, and she's got a kind of like a new Turan.
Yep.
Rusev holds the ropes for her, and she goes to the opposite side.
And then, the best moment of the night.
Go ahead.
Oh, I can't even remember what she said.
Well, the line goes, "I came, now I'm waiting."
Yep, that was it. That was it.
Thank goodness I wasn't the only one thinking that, because I'm thinking like, all the guys, I'm pretty sure they're making noise right now in Long Island, because,
They're trying to get out of the building right now.
Make a great 6-second Vine. Take that little bit, and then get that bit from Payback, with Rusev's face being completely, like, aghast from seeing and not saying I quit. Just combine those two, and you've pretty much summed it up.
Oh my god. That would be viral within minutes.
That needs to happen now. Hashtag CJ.
Oh my god. So
If
I
that
know
happens, I don't need to bring up the Banshee moment anymore.
I was waiting for it. Lana, I know you care despite the fact that you kissed that American Dolph Ziggler twice. All women do these things for me to pay attention. Like I said, he's turning into Johnny right before our eyes. Lana does everything for Rusev. I know you want to crush America as much as I do. Lana, take my hand and all will be forgotten. Rusev and his ravishing Lana. Don't waste it due to a misunderstanding. Lana takes his hand. They hug. She raises his arm, and Rusev says, "Now all I need you to do is say 3 magical words. I was wrong." So Lana turns tail and leaves. And
the best bit is like, no, you can't leave. I own you.
oh, I'll get to that. It's right here.
I know your place in life. And I'm like, wow! Don't be a bully. Be a bitch.
No, don't be a bully. Wear a star around your neck.
No, don't be a bully. Be a last kicker.
So Lana gets in the ring, says, "You're a liar and a quitter. You're a coward. You do not own me. I belong to no one. I am no longer your victim, and I will not listen to your cruel, caveman, brutish, thick-headed, moronic mouth again." And she bombs out as Dolph Ziggler's music hits.
That was a long insult, but it was effective.
That was a Jericho insult.
Yeah.
She doesn't even belong to Putin anymore. She's an idiot.
Oh, boy. So, she kisses Dolph again, and that's it. That's all we're doing. And apparently over the house show weekend, did you see that she flip-flopped over the weekend?
Yeah.
She helps Rusev on one house show, and then she slams the cage door in his face against Cena on the other one.
Yeah.
Now, why would WWE be so stupid to post a picture of her hair down at a house show? Wouldn't you want to save that for when it happens on television?
Hasn't it happened on television once or twice?
I don't remember it has.
Ashley, isn't there at least once that Lana has had her hair down on TV? I think it broke the internet when it happened.
Down, just more in a looser bun than
Yeah.
tied up, like it's in a BDSM advert.
Really now?
Man, that is tight!
Oh my god, we're going in that direction. Alright, fair enough.
Hey, she's the one that said that she came. I can't help. Yes, she said. Literally.
Okay, so yeah, that was an awesome segment, and like I said, I love their chemistry. going after each other. I think it works really well. And I think that it's a shame that Rusev's going to be the one that gets the short end of the stick here. But
apparently, Rusev this weekend was more interested in beating Darren Young at Mortal Kombat 10.
I saw those pictures. All the great thing is the fact that during the actual match tonight, they actually had a picture that was showcasing Ryback and Barrett that were like taken from like when they were like riding on like the WWE bus to another event. All right, where are we?
Head on a bus.
Oh God. So Triple H and Rollins bring the contract, but they're like, I wouldn't wish what's about to happen to you on anyone, and the cameraman arrives, and he basically gets bullied again by Rollins and Triple H to get him to press assault charges on Ambrose. So they cuff him, they read him the Miranda rights. You have the right to be an attorney, of course. Thought that had to be mentioned.
Yeah.
I
think you said you have the right to remain violent as well.
That's not a problem for Dean Ambrose.
The other major issue I have, these are supposed to be local cops.
Yeah.
Why are these the same two cops that arrested Stephanie McMahon in Los Angeles 11 months ago?
No, is it?
I think at least one of them was.
One of them was, yeah, at least.
One of them did look like Fat Bastard's half-cousin.
And we're promoting his T-shirts, soon to be sold on Pop's unofficial, unexisting web store.
I just liked how he was reading the Miranda rights, and Dean Ambrose was like, yeah, I know the whole spiel.
Mox has done some time, is basically what that says.
Breaking the law once again.
CCW.
Oh, you need to find that video. John Moxley sings CCW theme.
I've seen it, and it's glorious.
It's Drake's tan.
Oh, God. All right, let's continue the Intercontinental title put over for the Chamber.
We have to.
Ryback against King Barrett. Yeah, what's important on this? Michael Cole calls Wasteland Winds of Change. And he hits it and gets a 2 off. He sets up the bullhammer, but Ryback won't get up, so he slaps him around, and that wakes him up. He hits a spine buster, hits the shell shock, and Ryback actually, after the match is over, looks at the Intercontinental title, which is perched outside the ring, and says, "Feed me more." To the championship.
Yeah, it's not edible. It's not made of chocolate. It's not a chocolate coin.
God. Alright. Okay, that was a match. Battle between the Nexus, I could put it that way. Ambrose won't make it back to sign the contract. The cast of Entourage shows up. No Jeremy Piven, and it's funny because shout to Kevin Dillon for saying he's preparing for Summerfest. About 15 people got that reference. And they're on this call right now.
Am I the only one that thought they got overused tonight? And the fact that I would rather see The Rock there promoting his movie San Andreas than Entourage, which we all know that won't make money like San Andreas will.
San Andreas won't make money either, sir. I'll tell you that right now.
I respectfully disagree. Without having seen the movie yet.
I'm not saying anything about the movie.
Money in the UK this week, considering Entourage isn't out till June 17th.
Yeah.
Oh, when does Entourage come out? Because then San Andreas kind of has the advantage. I mean, there's a lot of hype behind San Andreas.
But the Entourage movie's coming out on a Wednesday, June 3rd, next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's going to be out with Insidious Chapter 3 and something else that doesn't need to be mentioned.
Oh, wow.
I will be at Insidious Chapter 3.
I'll be in all 3 movies, but I mean,
Right.
I think I'm watching the movie that doesn't need to be mentioned on Thursday night because we want to get it out of the way. A nice double feature of Insidious and Entourage.
I'm trying to work out what the other one is. Oh. Wikipedia, save me.
So, yeah, I love they actually referenced Piven that way. I thought that was cool. So Jerry Ferrara brings up Ronda Rousey to Stephanie, and that wasn't the right thing to say. So they leave, and
It was somebody with talent versus somebody who hasn't.
well, I know, but it wasn't the right thing for perspective of Stephanie. That's the reason why that was said. I'm surprised they didn't try to put him in a.
You've got to hype up SummerSlam somehow.
You know what would have been great? If Stephanie would have been mad, it's like, no, you're not going down there. You're going over here. And when the Entourage guys, they follow them with the camera, and when they show up in the room, it's dark, and when the lights come on, Harper and Rowan are in there, and then they shut the door.
Oh,
Should have been Big Dick Johnson.
He works for another company now.
does
I don't
he?
care. Bring him for one night only.
God. So Mr. Sinister comes out again, and now he's trying to fight Stephen Amell. Apparently, they've been having a Twitter battle lately, from what I heard. Ashley, any ideas on this? Aaron, any?
Publicity for nothing that matters. Probably.
Stardust and Stephen Amell fighting on Twitter.
Oh wait, I think I've worked out that movie. Could have seen that on Saturday. Then again, I have to sort of eat, so shopping was more important. So.
Yes, you are correct. Shopping is more important than anything that thing ever does in a movie.
I need to do research on this. I might be able to see it for free. How's the thing? I need to see it early, or wait a little bit, see it early, but also for free.
I will be watching it for free, and I'm still going to feel like I should be getting my money back.
I don't know anything about this little Twitter feud.
Yeah, I don't, but I've heard, but like apparently it was mentioned, so it's a thing, I guess. So Stardust faces off against Adrian Neville. Yeah, another match. The Tornado DDT.
At least it was. I'm sorry, Kid Walk, but at least it wasn't Stardust versus R-Truth.
Oh, Jesus, I'm tired of that match. Stardust ends up getting hit with the Tornado DDT. The Red Arrow connects, and Bo Dallas gets in the ring to set up the match that I called a week ago, and it actually is a match. Come on, buddy. You can pick yourself up. All you have to do is Bo leave. And he clips the knee, and he bombs out, and he does a victory lap around the ring. So Bo Dallas and Adrian Neville will be happening this Sunday.
Neville is going to be in a piss break match on a pay-per-view.
You ever thought you'd say that?
Yes.
It was filler. It really was. I mean, there really wasn't much point to the match other than the fact that it set up the Bo Dallas match for Sunday.
And they had good matches in NXT, so that should be good. That screams NXT all over. That match.
Most of the show does, if you really look at it, and we'll talk about that as we progress.
Aha.
So
NXT presents Elimination Chamber.
Pretty much. So we get Entourage walking in the back, and Jerry Ferrara is talking to Zack Ryder, which is awesome to see Zack Ryder on TV, because obviously I'm one of the many Zack Ryder fans that still exist.
One of the few.
It's the last night of the Nassau Coliseum for wrestling. It's the last time that Zack Ryder will ever enter the building when it comes to wrestling. I really thought it would make perfect sense for him to accept Cena's challenge. Would he accept? We'd find out later. But he's talking to the Entourage guys.
Last time he'd been in that arena since he won? Didn't he win the US title back at TLC 2010?
That was in the same building? I think so.
It was Long Island. It was the hometown sort of kid.
Yeah, then it had to be. It had to be the same building. To the interwebs.
Yep.
So, the Entourage cast runs into Alicia Fox, Summer Rae, Emma, and Layla, who has short hair now, by the way.
Well, anybody can be.
No. I see Summer Rae, that makes me happy. So, Dolph is talking to Lana before the break, and it's funny because Ferrara goes to talk to Ryder, and they got this great idea. Then the girls show up, and it's like, we're gonna go this way. And Ryder's like, come on, let's go. And so they go into the door and plot out something that will probably involve the U.S. Open Challenge, if I had to guess. So we get Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus next. All right. It was decent for what it was. Had a hot finish to it. Flying body press, name dropper, near fall off that. X-point DDT countered into a sunset. Ducks the brogue kick, shoulder to the post, goes Sheamus, and he eats the super kick 1-2 and a kick out. Rusev comes out, looks at Lana, and, I felt dirty looking at how Rusev looked at Lana.
Dirty!
Because he looks at her and is like, yeah, that's right. That's the reason you have a pool in our house. That's right. So yeah, I felt dirty. I'm sorry.
But my thing about before that match even started was again Michael Cole saying that this rivalry is reignited or fueled. What reignited? It's been ongoing. So why would you say that?
Hey, Michael Cole not knowing, as always. Michael not knowing. So
it was all that head trauma from Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
It has to be, because now it's happening on a weekly basis.
Rusev jumps up on the ring apron, and he gets super kicked off. Sheamus ends up brogue kicking Dolph, gets the 3 count. Lana walks to the ring, and you remember what I was saying about how we were going to have Rusev snap and put Lana in the Accolade, and then Cena was going to make the save? They did the same thing, but they flipped it around, let Dolph Ziggler be the one that took it. So Dolph was locked in the Accolade in front of Lana, and Rusev was just staring like fire into her the whole time.
And Rusev had tweeted, Lana, you forgot to kiss your boyfriend after the match.
He does have that shirt, stealing the show and your girlfriend, so it does make sense finally.
And we're all forgetting the fact that this is just a smokescreen to make you forget that San Antonio and Cleveland have already said that Sheamus is going to be IC champ.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't know. He did win tonight, so he's going to have to lose on SmackDown in order for that to be the case.
No, because you've got 6 people, he could just do anything.
I would say whoever wins tonight is at a disadvantage. Whoever loses on SmackDown has a very good chance of walking out with the title.
But does losing or winning mean anything on SmackDown? Because is anybody watching SmackDown?
Well, a few apparently because it still exists. But
true. But the rating, and it's a shame. I'm not trying to bash SmackDown here, but it's a shame because some of the shows have been trying to be like Raw, just pre-taped, and the ratings are still down.
I gave up on SmackDown a long time ago, honestly. I used to watch it all the time, and now it's just kind of like, why do I need to watch it? Because I'm just going to get a repeat on Raw anyway.
Exactly. That's what it kind of feels like. But, it does give the show a different feeling. A couple of shows have been better. You got more wrestling on SmackDown than Raw last week.
Yeah. So John...
Apparently Zack Ryder won his title at Baltimore, Maryland. So why his dad was there when it wasn't even a homecoming?
Because he was going to win the title. That's why. Duh.
That ain't important enough. Boo.
So John Cena comes out to a really nice reaction from the crowd.
Until he started talking.
I basically tuned out a lot of this, but when I picked up on what he was saying, it actually was really great put over for Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, no, it was, and that's fine that you say that because I was tuning out too. Every week when he does his U.S. Open challenges, can you come out and not speak for 10 minutes and then just get into it?
After Kevin Owens beats the daylights out of him on Sunday, he's gonna come out on Monday on Raw, and he's like, "I'm in a really sour mood. Someone accept now."
That'll be great. That'll be great because that'll be very helpful because it just seems like I'm listening to a teacher, and I'm just tuning out. That's what it literally felt like tonight.
You just compared John Cena to Shane Douglas.
I was watching wrestling back then, probably right when Shane Douglas stopped wrestling, so I kind of wouldn't know that reference unless I looked it up history-wise.
That would be a Dean Douglas reference.
Dean Douglas. Oh.
But Shane Douglas is a legitimate teacher, so.
Oh. Well, my apologies, Mr. Douglas.
Even when your back's against the wall, never give up. And the crowd was chanting for Zack Ryder at one point.
Oh. We're skipping over the fact that... Sorry, going back to it. We're skipping over the fact that Sheamus did his best Cal McCaffrey impression.
That reference is over my head.
State of Play.
I vaguely remember that movie.
Yeah. Well, considering last week I mentioned it and now the guy's dead, I thought I'd go with somebody that's fictional.
Yeah, that's not a good idea to bring up anything like that anymore.
Stick with fictional characters in the next few weeks.
Smart move. So they were chanting for Zack Ryder, and they're chanting for Kevin Owens, so they haven't decided what they want to do. He says he thanks all the fans, but he says the haters that want to see him get knocked down and to stay down. Many have tried, all have failed. And Kevin Owens is the latest to step up. He broke the internet, and then his best friend Sami Zayn in half. Very true. It's not going to be seen.
Actually, no, there is one that failed. There is one that beat him and hasn't failed.
Yeah.
Good old Abeyance.
Yeah, Abeyance is the greatest champion in the history of the world.
Abeyance took that belt off him in 2007. And then Abeyance gave it to Randy Orton, and then you had the whole Triple H, Umaga, Randy Orton, Triple H thing over one night back at No Mercy.
You see, when he said that, I'm like, oh no, you're not the next Undertaker. Don't take that line. It just seems like, Undertaker is the only one that can say that statement, even though it wasn't a reference to that.
Not anymore.
Back it up. Yeah, not anymore, but could back it up. He always backed it up when he said that every year. Many have tried, many have fallen. That's what I was thinking.
I think you'll find Cena has beaten Undertaker.
Yeah, he has.
In Beat the Streak mode on 2K14.
So, it's not going to be Cena sucks, but it's going to be Fight Owens Fight, and the crowd...
Balls to that! You were just trying to make them not chant it.
I know.
That's reverse psychology. They're going to chant it even more.
Yep, actually, that's what he did. He did it on purpose. But Fight Owens...
Partly they were writing it to make him go, can they just chant something else?
Well, they're not...
Consuela! Ah!
But Fight Owens Fight does not promise win Owens win. That got a nice little reaction from the crowd.
I actually might use that hashtag for Sunday, right when Mike Cole said that. I said, the most useful thing he said all night, win Owens win.
Yeah. When he was at Magic Kingdom, I tweeted out hashtag Fast Pass Owens Fast Pass.
Well, no, it should really, if we're talking kayfabe wise, it really should be mark out Owens, mark out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we all did when he came out.
Guy is a Cena fan at heart, and the fact that his debut big match is against him, that's pretty big. Even if it is a pay-per-view that you can only get on the network, unless you're outside of America, in which case go the usual way, because, WWE get less money that way.
And Ashley advocates apparently that just happening.
Well, no, if you go through like Sky Box Office or whatever over here in the UK for £15, it's going to be less than the $10 a month.
True.
Sky are obviously going to get more of a cut of it than you would do through the network, so you're giving them less money.
Yeah, that's a good point. So
don't go for the network. It's free for the rest of the month. The rest of the month, it's only 6 days. What a useless offer that is.
You get to pay first thing in June, but you get the pay-per-view.
Yeah, next Monday. Money, bitches. Money.
And you have to pay that money if you want to hear Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Hey,
So just wait
I
until
pay.
that Monday, and then when they do the free month again, just sign up then.
Because now you can cancel whenever you want. You don't have like a 6-month commitment anymore.
Plus, then you also get the the inevitable replay of Elimination Chamber that week, because it ain't going to be that good. 2 weeks hype is not going to give you a good bloody card.
That's true. But doesn't anybody think? Doesn't anybody
It's
think?
so
I was surprised.
It's so. No, I need to say this. I need to get this out.
Go ahead.
For this John Cena thing, we had a promo for Money in the Bank. You're hyping the pay-per-view before the other pay-per-view is even bloody on. This is why 2-week gaps make no bloody sense. So see you next week.
I agree.
Entitled Flashback.
I agree.
Then Draft Day, then Day Watch, then Watch Men, then Men of Valor. And I can't think of a film that has Valor at the start. Bollocks.
But I wanted to say about Elimination Chamber. I don't think I realize, like, it's just now coming to me earlier tonight on Raw when they said it. For the United States only, we must be really special, or we must feel special. It's only on the network. Streaming issues this Sunday night for subscribers is imminent.
Yeah, totally.
If you're going to have a pay-per-view and only have it on the network, I guarantee you there's going to be streaming issues. And if there's pissed off people like me, because I'm one of those people that gets the streaming issues, because my internet connection got corrected after months and months of blaming the network instead of blaming my cable company, but I blamed both my cable company and the network. It's gonna cause a lot of problems. I think there's gonna be a lot of problems when it comes to Sunday night, and WWE's gonna have to be prepared if that happens to make it up to people, because we as subscribers and fans really don't care about the no refund agreement, I think. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to figure out something as an incentive. They already have to figure out something as an incentive, because we haven't gotten squat since day one subscribers.
Some of us did.
Yeah, some of us did. Yeah, I was going to mention the birthday, but none of us have gotten a free month. I mean, is it that hard to ask for a free month? Maybe 1 month should be dedicated to us, not just the new subscribers every time.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think that needs to happen now that the network's been long over 1 year. But I know what they're doing, because my dad had actually mentioned that, they're trying to experiment as to how many people are going to tune in, and it's going to force people to, not really sign up for the network because you're going to get it for free. But like Ashley said, when it comes Monday, people are going to wake up to maybe like overdraft fees or money taken out of their account, if they're not smart enough to cancel. WWE, and WWE's not even letting fans know about that.
No,
they're actually not letting fans know about that. That
it's
you
totally
have to.
Yeah, I want to clarify that. 3 minutes ago, possibly 4 now, Aaron said he was coming. He's up there with Lana, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is what happens with the time change.
You're tearing me apart, Lana.
Exactly. Exactly.
That'd be more like you tearing her apart. Hey!
Oh, boy.
Crush!
All right, let's talk about the John Cena Open Challenge, shall we?
Oh yeah, John Cena versus Entourage.
Yeah, and they bring out Zack Ryder, which gets a great reaction from the crowd. let's talk about what happens when Cena hits the shoulder blocks and then the proto bomb. Kevin Dillon gets in the ring for a distraction, and he gets rolled up from behind for a 2. AA is countered into kill switch from Ryder, which I've never seen him hit that before, so that was a one-time only thing. Near fall off that, Broski boot does connect, gets a 2, and the Rough Rider gets a 2. Ryder heads up top, goes for a 450 splash, and Cena's out of the way. Hits the AA and gets the 3 count. So Cena helps Ryder up, raises his hand, Entourage get in the ring to celebrate, everybody leaves, and of course, we know what that means. So,
No, I'm sorry. I was laughing at this comment I saw on Facebook, like about the NXT. What we were talking about before, about the NXT shirts being pulled off, and one person's comment was, Vince is so butthurt that his son-in-law's product is better than his crap fest.
well, if the shoe fits, use it as a phone. Now, okay, did we go off topic much during the, and I know you guys can't hear it now unless you were live, but the NXT podcast, not as much as we're going off on tangents here.
Yeah.
That should tell you something.
It's a bit worrying.
So, of course, Kevin Owens does attack. And pop-up powerbomb to Cena, leaves him laying, steps on the U.S. title again, and he's sporting new gear. He has a new shirt, and he's got, I'm positive, given the way that the contract they have now, they're probably tap-out shorts.
You're not supposed to be able to get them till next year.
Remember a while...
Advertising that. They're not coming out till 2016. By the time we get to November, I'll be like, look, just put them out. We're sick of seeing the bloody advert.
Remember when we mentioned a long time...
Crap instead.
We mentioned a while back when Kevin Owens won the NXT Championship from Sami Zayn and basically beat him literally like a redheaded stepchild. And it actually makes sense this time. We brought up the comparison.
Eva Marie.
Oh boy. We brought up the comparisons to what Brock Lesnar did to John Cena. And now he's got the fight shorts. And it just makes me think that we could be seeing, even though he does not need a mouthpiece at all, could you imagine Kevin Owens as a Paul Heyman guy?
Yes.
After what happened tonight, I honestly thought Dean Ambrose was going to be a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer. He knows his stuff.
Oh, God.
But remember, Paul Heyman hates lawyers. And isn't his dad a lawyer?
Yes, it is. He is, actually.
Because of that, he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So Owens stands tall again. Cena hasn't got any shine on him whatsoever. That does not bode well for Sunday.
Despite the fact it is a non-title match. That's the thing that's still leaving me umming and ahhing.
Yeah, I'm aware. And Owens has new merch powers, too.
The US title, it would have easily been Cena's going over.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
We'll give our
win by Finn Balor that he shows up.
They were teasing him tonight, like hardcore. So I would say that
It seems the most inevitable move. I mean, we don't really want Jack Swagger.
Well, we'll give our predictions for Elimination Chamber at the end of the podcast. So let's quickly brush over Paige versus Tamina.
Oh.
That match was bad.
Well, not just that match, but before, because we don't do live SmackDown podcast. Before we go into this match, I liked that Diva segment. That was one of the best parts about SmackDown last week. That caught my attention, and usually SmackDown does not catch my attention from looking at my phone. But I really did not, even though it was part of the script or maybe it was a shoot, I did not dig that comment from Paige at all. I thought it was rude. I didn't like it at all.
Huh.
I did not.
Do you mean it looks like a man? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
She look like a man.
And then Nikki Bella, who is the Divas champion, I can't stand watching it. It's pretty funny. She trips.
God. Okay.
I guess she wants to be the new Eddie Kingston. Ooh.
And that's our Divas champion, someone that trips. But yet, an NXT Women's champion is someone who delivers every match she's in.
She actually was not on the tapings from Full Sail the other night. She's not going to be on the next next set of tapings.
She's going to. That must mean she's going to Raw.
No.
Her boyfriend's busy doing the costumes. That's why.
He got hurt.
She got legit hurt?
No, she didn't. He did.
Who?
Her boyfriend, who's the seamstress.
Yeah, he did.
He has a boyfriend?
He worked a match under a hood, and he got hurt.
It's Hoodie Man.
It is not.
Hoodie
Oh my God.
Man.
Oh.
But wait a minute. Aside from the Hoodie Man, she has a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. When it
You're
said
scaring me
seamstress,
apart,
I was
Sasha.
hello, but turns out doing details, it's not.
She does a really good job hiding it then because they never post pictures together. Not that they need to, but hey, I never knew.
So any guys that are listening to this right now that are near Full Sail, keep your hands off Sasha Banks.
Oh no, or maybe it's the other way around because she put her arm around me when I met her, or maybe that was the time when she wasn't dating.
This guy's hurt now, so you probably won't see him anyway. So that's one way to look at it.
It's your fault.
Oh God.
Wow. Who knew?
Yeah, they did a tag match. He worked under a hood and he got hurt.
But okay. But wait a minute. How? See, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. How are they going to explain her being out of action though?
I don't know because as far as I know, they didn't mention anything.
How do you do that with a champion? We have to think rationally here. You have a champion.
He gets time off.
She has nothing left to prove right now because she's toppled everybody.
Weeks of stuff with 3 other Divas storylines going on at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
So she deserves time off, but then maybe she should have just dropped the title if she has nothing else to prove in NXT to Becky Lynch, and then go on to Raw. She's starting to tease it every week like Charlotte is.
She's dropping the title to somebody on the next show. I don't know who they're going to go with.
Oh, at the next NXT takeover?
Yeah, probably
That
even
makes
more.
sense.
Actually, it'll probably be the TV tapings in June.
Oh yeah.
It'll be Eva Marie that wins as well, of course.
If it is Eva Marie, that place will boo her worse than Roman Reigns.
Well, unless she actually wrestles. And not
Unless she actually
does move badly.
But here's the thing. She has to wrestle a couple matches before that title match happens, of course. On television.
No, the person that needs to take the title off Sasha Banks is Emma, and she's the placeholder champion to give Bayley the title finally.
What about Dana Brooke? Just kidding, no comment.
God, I hope not. Not yet.
Nicole Bass is a better candidate than Dana Brooke.
Oh my God. I don't dislike Dana Brooke. I just think she's over her head.
Not trying.
Why? Yeah.
Not
She's
trying.
over her head.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if she was the one that
She
takes it.
isn't tough enough. In fact, she'd be better in tough enough, get some actual training.
Dana Brooke would have to beat Charlotte, and then that would be her stamp of approval to go after Sasha. And Sasha's...
I want to see that feud. Because Charlotte versus Dana Brooke, granted, they are genetically both superior. So if you have that feud alone in matches could prove that Dana Brooke is the real deal.
I don't think she is.
Only one of them can wrestle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's certainly not the one that doesn't have the last name Flair.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like if you give them a match or two, see, if they put them in a feud together, which I know is brewing, Dana Brooke is going to know at that point, and the officials are going to tell her, look, your fan reaction's not quite the best. You need to prove yourself in this feud. And I think Dana Brooke will. So I really want that feud to happen because I think she will prove herself, just like Sasha Banks sort of, I guess, kind of had to do. Because the crowd really wasn't on her side, maybe not wrestling-wise, but just a feedback-wise, because now it seems like they're cheering her now. But yet you still get Sasha's Ratchet chant. So I think just Dana Brooke is going through that same stage, and people will like her someday.
She really needs to pick it up, and if she can't in the next year or so, then they just need to cut their losses.
Yeah, well, I think if I was Triple H, I would say less than a year.
If she does not improve, she will not be with the company by September.
Basically. Well, no, that's too soon. But yeah.
No, it's not.
I think it's too soon. Because when is the next NXT takeover? This summer or the fall? Late summer.
It's not announced yet.
2018. They're just cancelling it for 2 years.
I have the dates, thanks to the dirt sheets. I have the dates for the next tapings and the NXT takeovers for the rest of the year.
It's coming and he's the dates. Bloody hell. Man.
And one of those dates is my birthday, so I will be going.
Yes. Your next takeover is long day. Your next takeover is August 12th.
Yes.
Which means I have no chance to see NXT this year.
That is true, because you won't be in Orlando until September something.
16th.
16th, yeah.
And I leave on the 5th, which the NXT takeover is on the 7th.
Let's just hope Aaron rubs it in at one point.
Oh, God. I'm sure he will.
No, because
go
I may not be able to go to the NXT takeover either. Right now, I'm saving money for Halloween Horror Nights. That's a priority.
Oh no!
I'm putting Halloween Horror Nights over NXT. Do you know how much that hurts?
I've had to do the same thing, basically.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Alright, so the New Day come out. We don't really need to talk about Tamina and Paige. It wasn't good.
It was a match.
It was a thing that happened. I don't know why it happened. It has no purpose. Naomi came out dressed like a bloody chocolate wrapper from a Quality Street box. It's just, no.
She had a bandana as her top.
Well, yeah. Well, wait a minute. You know, it did have a purpose because what she said for those that watch SmackDown like me, then that was the purpose. That's where the match was stemming from, definitely. But
well, I'm sure, but it doesn't matter.
Huh?
It don't matter because Paige had a point.
Paige had the what?
He had a point.
Oh no! Don't no.
God. So the New Day come out next.
I'm just stating the fact.
New Day rocks.
So Kane comes out as they're whining about having to defend the titles in Elimination Chamber.
Why did he come out in ring gear and did not wrestle?
He's not in ring gear. That's how he dresses at all times. He's just shirtless. He walks around backstage shirtless. That's just how it works.
But he was in a suit at the start of the show.
He was still dressed at the beginning. He had to work the opening match. He probably didn't have a chance to change yet.
Oh.
Yeah, shirtless Kane.
Okay.
Deadbeat dad, backyarder. That's the gear he wears now.
Shirtless Kane. He's up there with Ghost Dad.
It reminds me of the WWE cartoon series, the one that got pulled off the television, Safari Kane. And hear Kane's music, and then he'd come out and he'd be dressed and it's like Scuba Kane.
Please, Slam City. Did that get cancelled?
I think Slam City did get cancelled. I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, thank goodness.
Pretty good.
I'm looking forward to the camp show. That should be entertaining. Basically like Camp Candy, but not.
Camp WWE. Yeah, you didn't get an answer out of me from that. Camp WWE.
Should be fun.
Yeah. ... Should be fun.
So, Kane decides he wants to be babyface for a minute, and he wants to book the New Day in a 10-on-3 handicap match against everybody in the chamber. So, really not much I can take out of this one.
It happened.
New Day won by DQ. Kitty Swing is Xavier Woods. Cesaro and Kid stand tall. That doesn't bode well for Sunday. All right. Okay. Main segment for the end. Ambrose is...
Keep in mind, that 10-on-3 handicap was your main event of the night.
Yeah. And it went 5 minutes.
Just like how one of my favorite YouTubers for wrestling, Grimm's Toy Show, says, "Too stupid! Why are you so stupid?"
I don't know why they tried to turn it into a battle royal.
10-on-3 tag team match.
Tamina being told on loop that she's a man by Paige is more entertaining than that main event.
But it was after the match, it made up for it, though, because you had the Lucha Dragons flying, and then you had the Ascension flying, which everybody loves, and then you had, it was like last week, bodies were flying everywhere. That's what, this tag team match, I don't know if we're going to do a separate podcast or go over our Elimination Chamber predictions tonight or whatnot. That tag team match is going to steal the show.
There was too many people, though.
There's too many people, and there's way too many problems with this.
Orgy in the Caligula film from the 70s.
Well, are they going to use the pods or not for this?
Yeah, of course they are.
They have to.
So
that's how an Elimination Chamber match works.
No, I know that. There's 4 tag teams, right?
Yeah.
There's 6 tag teams. There's 2 that start and then 4 in the pods.
Okay, yeah, we already went through this. Okay.
And then Harper and Rowan come through the floor, decimate all of them, and basically make the match null and void. And then we seriously go, why did this match happen, for God's sake?
If I was a Harper Rowan fan tonight watching Raw, I'd be like, where's Harper Rowan?
Where's Bray Wyatt?
Oh, yeah.
Stars tapings. Hang on.
Oh.
Wow. Where's my news source? Find out what happened on Superstars. If they wrestled on Superstars.
That wouldn't surprise me, actually.
That's true, and that's the sad thing. Because nobody watches Superstars.
They announced the match for SmackDown? What did they announce for SmackDown?
Ryback and Rusev again.
Do not care. Superstars results, Ashley, I have them. And the first thing I see is a big picture of Luke Harper. Heath Slater.
Funny. That's not even funny.
Heath Slater defeated Adam Rose, and Rowan and Harper beat the Mega Powers.
Wow. After 1 week, the Mega Powers are on Superstars.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
It's not realistic because Hogan and Savage were never on Superstars.
What is? You know, sometimes I question the booking. Sometimes I get it.
Bloody hell.
God, can't be that bad. Okay, so the final segment, basically, Ambrose has to get back to the building, of course, in order to sign the contract. Roman Reigns interrupts. He gets mugged. He fights everyone off. Kane goes for the choke slam. He does so, and Ambrose drives in, dressed like a cop. So not only did he steal a cop's uniform, he also committed Grand Theft Auto. So he could legitimately go to jail, which of course we're going to wax over this because reasons.
It was so funny. One person said under the WWE post of the picture of the cops reading the Miranda rights to Dean Ambrose backstage at the time when he got arrested, and someone said, LMAO, I don't ever remember seeing a cop reading the Miranda rights off of paper.
Yeah, that's happened before, though. The last time someone read the rights, they messed it up.
Same cop. You'd have thought in the 11 months since he arrested Steph, he might be able to learn them in 11 months. No.
I was actually waiting for one of them to mess it up this time. Because I knew they were going to mess it up for some reason.
You have the right to remain violent. He messed it up from the very first line.
That's what he said? I wasn't even paying attention. I was just shocked at when that moment happened. Oh, wow. That's funny.
I can't wait for the bit. The last time they had something like that, people managed to zoom on what he was actually saying, and it basically said, like, Triple H rules, Vince McMahon sucks, and stuff like that.
I remember that.
Oh, hail the Golden Savior, stuff like that.
So the show basically ends with the contract being signed. That's all that really needs to be said.
Big boss man, that's what it ended with.
He brought out both nightsticks. He had one on a holster and he had one, and he was swinging for the fences. But he gets caught between the Shield and he gets clotheslined over the top. Roman spears J&J. Superman punch to Kane. Dirty Deeds version 2 to Kane. Roman hands him the contract. Ambrose signs. Match official. Okay.
Can we all agree that the face expression when these moments happen with Dean Ambrose are just priceless?
Yeah.
I mean, just him coming out of that cop car. That Shield.
Officer Moxley, what are you doing here, boy?
No, my favorite line of the night was, slap me and call me Sally.
That was said 4 times. You should have known it was coming because he calls Noble Sally and slaps him right across the face.
Oh my god, it was so funny. Wow.
Alright, so I love the Ambrose and Rollins matches. They're always great, but the build-up, it doesn't have the same luster as it once did, I guess I could say.
Yeah, it does seem a little lackluster this time around. This one doesn't even have... One fan was saying earlier today that there's going to be way too many chamber matches this season. What are you talking about? There's only 2 chamber matches.
2.
This is not TNA Lockdown. Not every match is going to be a chamber match. Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose is going to be just a championship match, even though it should have a gimmick. It should be a gimmick match.
There should be something on it.
Yeah, no, because you have Rollins versus Ambrose. Why not do another gimmick match? But fans will find a reason to complain about that too, since they're already kind of complaining like, oh, we're getting it again? You liked it, they brought it back, but you don't want it. Who else do you want Seth Rollins to challenge? Not Roman Reigns, because he's gotten his rematch.
Keep in mind, Roman Reigns isn't on this card.
Not at all.
You've won.
Which is a shame. That is a shame Roman Reigns is not in this card, though.
Says who?
Trust me. By SmackDown, he'll be on this card.
Yeah, in some sort of fashion. Against Kane.
I hope not.
Teddy Long will come out. Holla, holla. Defend out.
Holla, we got a tag match.
We gonna have a 20-on-20. No, all 60 superstars, 30-on-30 tag team match right now, player.
Jesus, you better have 3 rings.
Elimination match.
Yeah, elimination match.
God. Roman Reigns.
This is one match.
Ooh.
Roman Reigns fights Baron Corbin to see which one bores Owen the most.
Believe that.
Yes.
Wait a minute, Baron Corbin doesn't even talk that much. He doesn't even have a catchphrase. Come on, Baron.
He's the lone wolf, man.
Get with the program.
He looks like a lost Rotunda, though. You ever look at his face? He looks like a lost member of the Rotunda family.
But
Follow the buzzards.
you follow the buzzards.
God, I hope not.
Um,
Baron Corbin with the Wyatt family.
yeah,
All right.
I mean, nothing much can be said about that segment, the last segment. But Ambrose coming out,
Dressed as a cop.
yeah, and just coming in with that Shield truck, it should remind fans that WWE is trying really hard that this guy could be the next Stone Cold, just in a PG way, who's given all the comical lines and puts his body on the line more than Stone Cold did, I think.
Well, it's funny because before this, he's more Brian Pillman than Steve Austin.
Well, he's a mixture of both.
Yes.
So,
He is a Hollywood blonde in one.
Do you think that this segment, obviously it's just a segment, but do you think this segment alone, it puts him at an advantage of he possibly could win the championship, but then drops it to Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is still the WWE champion, or the WWE champion again come SummerSlam, but Dean Ambrose actually finally wins it?
No.
Because if he doesn't win it this Sunday, well, he's already signed a contract, so he shouldn't have been given a championship match to begin with. So if he doesn't win this Sunday, he could invoke his rematch clause. But he said he's going to be part of the Money in the Bank ladder match. So it goes back to the fact that fans don't forget. He signed a contract. He can invoke his rematch clause, but he wants to start at the bottom and climb the ladder.
No, Ambrose has got way too much on, and if Rollins really hurts him on SmackDown, I can think there's a possibility, but this is still building towards Rollins and Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Yeah, no, it's going to make sense once we start getting and I guarantee you, even though we're preempting Raw, which is, good because we all want to see Paul Heyman talk with Stone Cold, there's going to be a question about Brock Lesnar. And Paul Heyman's not going to confirm or deny anything, but, it'll pop up.
That is the first thing we're going to say right now before we finish this and give our predictions for Elimination Chamber. The podcast will be...
The first thing we actually need to say is next week, in continuing tribute to the Village People, Dean Ambrose is going to come out as William Regal.
God.
Don't needs to be said.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose is a real man's man.
I know a lot of ladies would probably agree with you, sir.
Hashtag Titty Master.
That's exactly right. So, basically, what we've got here is next week, after Elimination Chamber, we'll be going live at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Monday will be Raw right after the Stone Cold podcast with Paul Heyman is over. We will go live after that, so we will be watching it.
Overrun.
Yeah. So who knows what time we're going to start on Monday?
Probably, because the Stone Cold podcast, they go overtime. I know it will go overtime with Paul Heyman. I don't know. Yeah, that's something for you to figure out, sir, on Disney.
We will find out. We will be live. We may be a little bit tired, but we will still be live that night. We'll work that out.
Oh, is it going to be like live or delayed like Impact Wrestling? I don't know why I keep saying that, I feel like
no delay. Right after the second that the thing ends with Paul Heyman, join us here on Pop for the Raw Popcast.
Yeah.
I have no idea how long that one's going to go.
It's Owen's fault.
We'll see what happens.
You
Six-
say it's Owen's fault, and then he says, "We'll see what happens." So that's more likely.
You can't make promises to me, Owen. Remember, Kane's 2-week notice. Just saying.
It's almost a month now.
Not mentioning that, but I had to.
Of course. I would expect nothing less. So, what we've got is Elimination Chamber this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 6 matches that are scheduled, and we're doing a Miz TV with Daniel Bryan on the kickoff.
Before we start with the predictions, is this... well, you know, it gives him the chance to promote his new DVD. Yes, yes, yes. So, is this a 2-hour or 3-hour pay-per-view?
I would say it's a 3-hour pay-per-view because it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
This is a 7-hour pay-per-view.
Yeah.
No, because, like, you know, when they announced it, I guess it just came as such a shock, and nobody, not even fans, really kind of confirmed it for me that it was 2 hours or 3 hours, because they said after King of the Ring they were going to start doing Tuesday night specials, but no, we got to bring back Elimination Chamber and do a Sunday pay-per-view special exclusively for the network like King of the Ring was. So, I mean...
We can't do it on Tuesday nights anymore because of Total Divas.
It's true.
Not until July, though. They could do a couple more specials if they wanted to.
Yeah, but how many specials can you do? None. Can't really do Saturday night's main event on Tuesday.
I was thinking that too when I read the report about that. I'm like, what other specials could they do? What, Tuesday night's main event instead of Saturday night's main event? What other specials could you do except King of the Ring? And that could possibly top King of the Ring because I really enjoy King of the Ring. Just not the winner.
They booked the right person in it, I think.
I don't.
You don't have a face king. It makes no sense.
Yeah, but is Wade Barrett? I don't care if they call him King Barrett. I'm going to use the hashtag Wade Barrett or just mention him in a tweet, Wade Barrett, not this freaking hashtag King Barrett, whatever. He even changed his freaking Twitter username to King Barrett.
Smart move.
But does
Why
the King of the Ring...
repeating the same culture shock with Corey Graves over and over again?
Maybe they don't have any more.
I'm still pissed off about that. That was supposed to be a 30-minute episode last week. It was 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. It was 8 minutes.
Oh, don't worry. This week, same 10 minutes.
Why should I be surprised? Unfiltered is 10. These are shows, and I think I said this to you guys before. These are shows, if they're going to be 10 minutes on the network, don't waste the space yeah, they have their own section on the network's library.
This week's on
shows on YouTube.
An hour with Wade Barrett.
Yeah. This week's is Wade Barrett. But if they're going to be 10 minutes, just put them on YouTube.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, no, it does make more sense. I mean, there's shows you would see on YouTube if they weren't 10 minutes long. That's my only pet peeve about them. I'm basically getting not even $9.99 when I'm watching those shows. I'm getting $1. I'm getting $1 watching those shows.
99 cents. You're not even getting $1.
Yeah. Don't even round it. It's 99 cents.
So.
And with all the streaming issues this Sunday's going to have, it's going to be negative $9.99.
I hope our streaming is fine this week, because that would really suck if that's going to be an issue on Sunday.
Blame baseball.
I really think it's going to be an issue because if you're basically pressuring people in America, if you want to see this pay-per-view and it's a pretty decent card and a good card, I might add, you got to get the network. Everyone's going to be on the network. Everyone who had purchased a pay-per-view can see this one for free. Nobody's paying for this. How is WWE going to make any money from Elimination Chamber? Their pay-per-view buys for Elimination Chamber is going to be awful. The only buys they're going to get for Elimination Chamber is going to be from Europe.
Live event. The gate from the live event, the merch from the live event. I'm sure that's going to be a pretty penny.
Yeah, but I was just referring to households.
It doesn't matter now. It's the network. They know they've got us, and everybody else doesn't matter. But they still try to get everybody in, so that's why they have to have a free month every month now, it seems like.
Yeah, which is annoying. But if people are not getting into it, since you say that they do have us, but if they're not getting everybody else, then people are just too cheap to afford $9.99.
Some people can't afford $9.99 though.
I wasn't, but I was in a position where I was, and I've been lucky enough to keep paying for the network, even though I'm poor. Just by taking surveys and getting checks. So it's great.
Okay, let's talk about the pay-per-view. It is 6 matches right now. We'll start off with Neville against Bo Dallas. Ashley, you go first.
Neville, nobody cares.
Neville?
Yeah.
Aaron?
I'm sorry, I'm singing Neville's theme song. It's Neville versus
Bo Dallas?
Dallas. How did I forget that?
That good, kids.
It doesn't matter about wins and losses when it comes to Neville because he just, he's a highlight of the show. Sometimes he steals the show, and to many people, he's the reason to watch Raw and SmackDown. His win-loss record is so lopsided and unbalanced. I'm going with Bo Dallas, just because of that fact.
See, depending on what happens on SmackDown, I actually want to see Bo Dallas win this because he kind of needs a win because he's now back. But Neville's hurt, so we could play up sympathy that way.
Is he legit hurt though?
As far as I know, no. But he could have had tweaked his knee, which is possible the way he landed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, when you have a fighting style like Neville, yeah.
I guess it kind of depends on what happens on SmackDown. I think I would look towards that, but Neville really doesn't need to win. Just as long as the red arrow gets hit, that's all that anybody really cares about right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bo Dallas. All right, so Ashley is the only person not going with Bo Dallas, so that's a point for Ashley. Okay, Divas title, Nikki Bella defending against Paige and Naomi. Ashley?
Yeah. Yeah, nobody cares.
No, not really.
I'm not even giving a pick for this one because screw this match. Even if Paige wins, it's a heel versus a heel versus a heel.
So you're not even going to give a pick?
They all look like men.
Oh, I disagree with that.
I'm just doing it because I don't like the act. I'm doing it to piss off the writers. It's not against the women, it's just against...
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Okay, Ashley is refusing to pick anyone.
But knowing their misogynistic style, they probably are. The irony is, a woman probably wrote Rusev's lines tonight.
So when I go on 4 Down and I see your predictions, I better not see any prediction for this match.
Oh, trust me, I have to on that sense. I don't know.
I literally almost choked.
I'll say Paige just because I'm biased.
Yeah.
But if any of them, if any of the others win, it's a failure for democracy.
Alright.
I literally just almost choked on my granola bar. That was too funny.
What a great statement.
I'm more entertaining than the Divas division. Sign me up.
No, it's because
End a reassignment if I have to.
Yeah,
God.
because you said no, I'm not going to give a prediction, but you backed it up as to why you're not going to give a prediction. Oh my goodness.
Aaron, what's your
Greg
choice?
Cataldo in WSU, who has been a WSU tag. No, the juicy product. JT Dunn and David Starr were WSU tag team champions. They are better champions than Nikki Bella or Brie Bella or Tamina. I got to credit Naomi. She can wrestle. It's just the whole gimmick that she's in
Yeah.
is crap.
Agreed.
Joan Foster, because her mother could beat the crap out of me, and she might know where I live.
She probably does. There she is right there.
My prediction is Nikki Bella, because I just don't choose my favorites anymore to win when it comes to Divas title matches, because the reign of Nikki Bella is just so overrated.
I think she needs to drop the title, and I think she's going to drop it on Sunday.
So?
I personally would give it to Paige. I think WWE is going to give it to Naomi.
Yeah, so we're all saying different results. That's good.
But, Ashley does have a point, though. It is basically a triple threat heel. Naomi is going to come close. Paige is going to come close. There's going to be a couple near falls. It may be near falls fest in this match. But, it's just the Nikki Bella Divas title reign is so dragged out. I would not be surprised one bit. I would even bet money on this, as I should have bet for the past 6-7 months, that Nikki Bella will retain the Divas title. I'll be shocked if she doesn't retain the Divas title this Sunday.
They're pushing to give Naomi the title, and I know that's exactly the direction they're going.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I definitely that is the direction, but I just don't think it'll happen just yet.
Will the crowd give a crap? No.
No, of course not.
No.
All right, let's talk about. Okay, if I remember correctly, the Elimination Chamber is literally elimination rules. It will go down to one person left standing out of 5.
Yeah, it's usual stuff.
Okay.
Divas match, piss break. Match, piss break.
Not if you have to recap it for the channel.
Exactly.
All right.
Have to hold it.
Oh, God. No, I don't have time. So, luckily the bathroom's close by. Now, because I actually could watch the network while I'm in the bathroom, so we're good. Now,
hey, here we go.
I have a flat screen. It's easy to see.
You sick bastard.
Let's talk about the tag title elimination chamber match.
Oh my God, the theme song for the thing is by The Offspring. I thought they didn't exist anymore.
Oh wow.
God.
Okay, so we've got the New Day defending against the Lucha Dragons, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, the Primetime Players, the Ascension, Los Matadores, and that's it. Ashley, you first.
Well, considering New Day is going to have 3 people, they're going to retain.
Well, yeah.
And then they drop the belts at Money in the Bank to Harper and Rowan. And the crowd will rejoice.
You've got to start building them up, though, right now.
Which I never thought that you'd rejoice over an Eric Rowan champion. But that's the power of Luke Harper for you.
Gives Harper gold again, so I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Aaron, your thoughts?
Los Matadores. Just kidding.
God, I hope not.
I think a New Day.
New Day? We're going to be unanimous on this one. I'm going to go with the New Day as well.
And that's another match, too, is that, obviously they haven't had the titles for that long. But I would be shocked if they dropped the titles on a Sunday.
Nah, there's no chance.
Yeah.
New Day doesn't suck. New Day blows.
New Day rocks. New Day rocks.
So are we in agreement that Los Matadores will probably be the first team eliminated?
No, Ascension will be eliminated in 2 seconds.
They're not Public Enemy.
Trust me. I think Ascension will be first to go. Because at least Los Matadores can do stuff. Ascension can go back to NXT and, do a Master Wayne. Why do we fall, sir? So we learn how to become good.
No, the reason the Ascension are failing now is because they've dropped their NXT gimmick. If they would have stuck with what they brought them to the dance, they'd be fine right now.
Exactly.
Intercontinental
Danny.
Intercontinental title. Sheamus, Ryback, R-Truth, sure. Wade Barrett, Rusev, Dolph Ziggler. Aaron, pick a winner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was eating fries when you were saying that. This is the Intercontinental Championship match.
Fries and a granola bar, right on.
It might actually be interesting in the chamber.
This is the Intercontinental Championship?
Yes.
So it's R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, Rusev, Wade Barrett. Who else?
Ryback and Sheamus.
I know. I thought I was going to guess it myself. This is a toss-up because we don't have a champion. Sheamus, because he's been on such a roll lately.
And he's also been basically advertised as champion in a couple shows.
Oh my goodness! How does WWE let that happen? Does WWE put that advertising out themselves, or is that the venue?
Yeah.
That's the venue.
They're the guys that supply the info to the venue.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's up to the venue's discretion whether they put it out. Some of them are stupid enough that they do it.
We're going to go...
on purpose because they want people to go to AIW instead. So.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Ashley, your pick?
Leave it to Cleveland. The place, not the guy that we had on Wednesday. Sheamus is going over because they purposefully left it so Sheamus won and then disappeared and wasn't even involved in that finish with Rusev and Ziggler.
Yep.
They're trying to make you forget the flub. Because, oh, look, Ryback and King Barrett don't like each other. Because, one likes eating and the other likes crowns.
Nexus.
Rusev and Dolph Ziggler don't like each other because of the ravishing Rick Lana. You've got to say R-Truth is going to win because he isn't going to win. Has to be Sheamus. If it isn't, Sheamus is seriously going to get pissed at the bloody marketing person for the Quicken Loans Arena. He might legit kick them. We might have to call the real cops that know the Miranda Act by not having to read it off a bloody piece of paper.
Obviously, I want Wade Barrett to win this.
How to beat up men.
I want Wade Barrett to win this, but he's not going to.
Because if he did, what was the point of taking the belt off of him?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, WWE was taking WWE must have known that they were taking a risk with Daniel Bryan's health state.
Yep.
Putting the title on him.
Ryback's not going to win.
Absolutely not. He's going to come close, but he'll be like one of the last 3 people eliminated.
Oh my God.
Dolph is the only person that can beat Sheamus.
What?
But it's not going to happen.
Don't count R-Truth out.
I'll tell you right now, at this point, I'm not exactly sure Truth is the first person eliminated. I actually think he won't be. That's too obvious.
Rusev might be the first one eliminated.
Ryback will be the first eliminated because that's the punishment you get for winning against Bray Wyatt.
That would make sense, though. That would make sense.
I just wish they'd take Truth out of the match and replace him with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Neville's not in this match, though.
He doesn't need to be.
Yes, he does.
Well, Bray Wyatt should be in this match too, and he's not.
Well, the reason why I say Neville is because he can do a red arrow off the top of the pod. highlight.
Not time. Soon, not quite yet. Give it time, it'll happen.
You got to wait for the Elimination Chamber match on Veterans Day. Just to really piss off Germany even more.
Yeah. So we're all picking Sheamus here.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose for the World Heavyweight Championship. Ashley?
Hashtag Team Dick Pic.
Okay. Aaron?
It's too funny. Seth Rollins, even though the inner fan of me wants, well, actually no, the outside fan of me wants Dean Ambrose to win, but the inner fan of me is going to see Seth Rollins win. Because every time I predict, WWE always does the opposite.
Ambrose will be world champion. It's just not yet.
Yeah.
Rollins retains. And the match that everyone is looking forward to, champion versus champion, NXT champion Kevin Owens against United States champion John Cena.
Non-title.
Champion versus champion means no championship on the line.
Yeah.
Ashley, pick a winner.
Sometimes it does mean the championships are on the line.
WrestleMania 6.
I think they're going to give it to Cena.
Okay.
If Owens did, I'd be excited, but I think the way that they've written it, it's Cena. But I do like the fact that they've left that possibility of Owens winning, having it be. If it was title, it was going to be obvious who won. Because it's non-title, there's an opportunity for Owens to win, and then somewhere down the line when he does make a full move to the roster, if Cena's still champion by then, he comes in and beats him for the title at that point. Obviously that can't happen until Owens drops the title, which is going to be at least a couple of months away.
What about Cena coming to NXT to get revenge?
He would get tomatoes.
Oh, he'd get booed out of the building without a doubt, but it'd be entertaining.
Cena doesn't need to get revenge on Kevin Owens. Samoa Joe can do that himself.
That actually is going to happen very soon.
And Finn Balor.
That also is going to happen very soon.
Finn Balor.
Aaron, pick a winner.
And anybody on the NXT roster, because they're more credible US champions than Jack Swagger.
Poor Jack Swagger.
Or Zack Ryder.
Leave Zack Ryder and Jack Swagger alone.
Zack Ryder need not be mentioned in a derogatory sense.
I'm sorry. NXT talents are more credible US champs to me than Zack Ryder is.
Yeah, most of the NXT talents that have faced John Cena are not from this country. All of the NXT champions that have faced former NXT champions are.
If you see John Cena versus Fandango, or John Cena versus Adam Rose, you know who's going over.
Unless it's a video game, you are correct.
If you see John Cena versus Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn or Finn Balor, you're sort of going, there's a possibility they might try and do something here. You know, the other guys are jobbers. The guys in NXT are the next generation.
Yeah, or the current generation, really.
And Ambrose. And the, 2 weeks extent Roman Reigns, because that's how long he was in NXT for. Pushing the young talent quick may be the good way to cover up the fact that there's nobody other than Cena, possibly Orton, that is currently fit all the time and on the level where Cena is.
Yeah.
I think, I think John Cena.
Okay.
Kane wins.
Because
Kane
that's a match I'd be kind of shocked that they would give the win to Kevin Owens. Not that it'd be too soon, but it would just be like too predictable because Cena's been powerbombed twice. He's been powerbombed the whole build up to the pay-per-view. Because there's only a 2-week gap. So, it looks like Kevin Owens is going to win.
It leaves it hanging there, which is the important bit.
Yeah, it is important that, it's not for the title. Because if it was for the title, why would you even do that if, he's the NXT champ? He can't hold... Because as of right now, NXT is like a separate company almost. A brand, but...
Keep in mind what happened when Cena faced Lesnar.
Yep.
That's
exactly right.
Lesnar was all over Cena. Then what happened at SummerSlam? Basically the equivalent of rape in prison.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, if that happens, Kevin Owens could legit be a Paul Heyman guy.
He is wearing the tap-out shorts now. Okay. So you guys are going with Cena?
Yeah. Because it's Vince McMahon.
I'm going with Kevin Owens.
It's Vince McMahon. He's got to squash WCW, and Kevin Owens is clearly WCW.
That's funny. That's really funny, actually. I think that the fact that they've made him basically into the new age Brock Lesnar is no coincidence.
Definitely.
I don't think that this was done without a goal in mind. And I think the goal in mind is the fact that they're going to give the biggest possible push and the biggest rub to Kevin Owens because he's going to obliterate John Cena at Elimination Chamber. And I'm not saying that as a fan. I'm saying it because it makes sense.
Yep.
And I really think we'll see John Cena show up in NXT and try to get his win back. I would be really curious to see Cena against Owens at Full Sail.
That would sell out.
Yeah. There's probably people like waiting outside the box office right now. Like, if that ever happens, I'll buy a ticket right now.
Yeah.
I think Owens wins, and I think we're going to plant the seeds, and Paul Heyman is going to keep putting him over on the podcast with Stone Cold on Monday, and eventually it's going to be announced that Kevin Owens is a Paul Heyman guy. Some people don't like that song, but I love it, and it's awesome.
I saw comments like that too. I'm like, what? Excuse me. I'm like, why do you?
I thought for a minute there, and you were having a seizure. I was getting worried.
Well, the fact that we haven't seen Hoodie Man tonight is a good thing, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for us.
You never know. Hoodie Man show up anytime, anywhere.
He does have that possibility.
He even has the sympathy of Sasha Banks.
Yes. Oh, God.
How do I? I still can't believe that. She has a boyfriend. I just can't believe that.
Although I have heard that a certain Hoodie Man is going to be watching E3, so he might not be available in a couple of weeks' time.
We'll see what's going on with that in a couple of weeks.
Hoodie Man will be the reason why certain things fail at E3. If somebody dies in the wrong spot on a game, it's Hoodie Man's fault.
Always is. He's the reason why our Google Hangout didn't work on Wednesday.
No, that's just Google being Google. Hey, if you're watching.
You don't need this hour and 45 minutes. You guys just talked Impact for like an hour. Well, that's true, but it doesn't matter. It's still
right.
a podcast.
3 hours or 1 hour and 47 minutes because Google wanted to shut us up. We were speaking too much about the truth.
speaking of Impact, real quick, I am going to be on an exclusive project tomorrow, and I'm going to call Discovery Communications headquarters and try to get a statement.
Good luck on that.
Not kidding you.
And I say good luck on that.
It's also for another reason too.
I really think that
Conspiracies galore. Spread it into
the next channel that TNA ends up on is going to be the one that actually works.
Yeah, but like Ashley said, even though I want to disagree with him, I have to be in this reality era that we are in wrestling. What other channel is going to take them? What other channels where they talk? They must have not just been only talking to Destination America before they made the switch. What other networks were they talking to?
Maybe the FX network?
I heard that, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, considering what FX used to be before it decided it wanted to go into original programming, it actually had a gimmick of every show taking place inside an apartment in New York City when it started, and they're far away from that now.
I mean, FX could be a very good promoter for TNA should they go there, because you have American Horror Story and Rescue Me.
Your issue there is, like how it is from what the reports are saying, that the updated reports that I've seen from places that aren't Dave Meltzer, by the way. The whole idea is they aren't getting the viewing figures that they thought they were going to get.
Which is a shame.
Oh, it's a real shame, yeah. But you have TNA also saying that those are not just all the numbers though. They're not even factoring in what they usually factor in, even for WWE, which is the DVR and whatever other ratings have you will. And I just cannot. Did any of you see this video from Brian Alvarez hanging up on a fan on YouTube that was talking about TNA possibly being canceled or not?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if he hung up on it, because I think he's sick of it.
Yeah, well, he's probably sick of it.
Well, if they are taking legal action, they may not be able to really talk about it that much.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
They might be, because one of my respected professional wrestling reporters, he's along for the ride. He said he got a cease and desist letter from TNA, and he said, not doing it. Okay, well, you want to play that game, you can play that game. When it comes to cease and desist, because this is something I found out over the weekend. A person that follows Dave Metzler is stupid enough to tell me where he got this information from. Okay, so he got his hands on an email and a memo.
Mm-hmm.
That's illegal. Nobody can give you that information from a network who you know or not know. In this case, he probably has no idea who this person is. But if this person, first it was a person from the network, and now I'm hearing it's a person that works for TNA. Somebody's going to get fired, because if this is not true, then either Destination America, TNA, or both need to make a statement. But if it's not true, somebody needs to get fired.
True.
I think it's interesting, though, that, like the Spike situation this time last year, the TV company isn't saying a bloody thing.
Nope.
That's why I'm calling them tomorrow.
Nice.
But, it's also not just to get a statement, but it's also to let them know that these dirt sheets are making it worse. I think these dirt sheets are the reason why their ratings are failing, because they never have anything good to report about TNA.
Well, the network is half the shows that they have are just based in Alaska.
True.
They get more attention from them than the wrestling does.
And
that clearly reflects to people watching their product.
And the fact that, Destination America spends obviously a lot of time. Maybe if you watch Destination America like for 12 hours straight, you'd probably see a TNA commercial like 30 times. So, it's one of the shows that they push so desperately.
They don't have anything.
So they have ghosts.
They don't have anything. They have pitmasters apparently too, which they were.
They have ghosts. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're right. They have some sort of ghost hunter show, but
yeah.
So.
But it seems like Impact Wrestling's the thing for it. I mean, you don't see USA Today ads or TV ads in other series and other networks, but for Impact Wrestling when it comes to Destination America. So and I'm not going to believe in rumors. I'm not going to believe when it comes to dirt sheets. I'm just not going to believe any rumor. Sometimes they're right. Most of the time they're wrong. They were right tonight because they said Kevin Owens is rumored backstage. Okay, maybe someone saw him. Someone sent you that news tip. But if you're just going to keep reporting rumors, then you're an irresponsible journalist. And you're not even journalists. These people are not even journalists. I don't know how they can even call themselves reporters because they're not. They're ruining how professional wrestling is perceived. I have strong views on it all, but I had one person that mentioned Ric Flair and Paul Heyman and Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin in the tweet. Dave Metzler, they all say he's the best. I could care less. I don't care if they say he's the best. He's not the best. He just likes to start rumors. And I saw the guy talk in a video on YouTube, and he's an old. He looks old. So he's. I don't know.
He's a respected wrestling journalist, though. That's the thing.
He shouldn't be. He's really not. And that's the other thing. He's really not respected. As of right now, when it comes maybe to some other things, yeah. I mean, too many reports, too many websites uses him as a source. There's got to be tons of other sources than him.
He is one of the main sources, though, honestly.
No, I understand that, but it just gets old after a while when you see a source for a report and it says the Wrestling Observer newsletter. I never knew who that came from. Now I know with the name Dave Metzler because it came out a lot about TNA. Sometimes he's not right.
No,
Meltzer's not always right, but I mean...
The problem is the other people that are like Meltzer, Meltzer gives you what he calls the info, that whether it's facts or not, but the info that he has.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, it's practically clickbait.
Yeah, basically.
Why else do you think Kayfabe News did a thing over the weekend of you won't believe who might be a sex,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
WWE Hall of Fame.
Yep.
People were getting pissed at it, not realizing that there's probably quite a lot of people like Bleacher Report and a few other ones that basically have titles which aren't always relevant to what's actually being covered.
Yeah, exactly. Because he may be the first one to report that as well as a number of other things, but that report has bounced back and forth. Like you said, Sarah and Disney, that the rumors were false, and now she's saying, "Oh, I'm thinking about it," and now she's saying, "Oh, I'm doing it." Oh, now I'm undecided. So, which is it? Is Sunny delusional, or is the reports just completely false, like TNA?
No, I don't think necessarily they're false, but I don't think that they're completely 100% true yet either.
Because
somebody actually apparently paid her $800 to urinate on Skype.
Yep.
I think you can do a lot more stuff that's less degrading than that.
It's true.
I am going to, just like TNA says, #standby, I'm going to stand by and say that these rumors are false, and I can't wait till this supposedly false schedule comes out, and if it has Impact Wrestling on there, then that's the rumor killer right there, and Dave Metzler will be a laughingstock.
I want Obviously, I do want TNA to succeed, but I don't think Destination America is the right channel.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everyone wants them to succeed, but the haters don't. I mean, it's not a surprise anymore. It's on a daily basis. Oh, I thought TNA got canceled. Why are people still saying that? Listen, everybody, it's not canceled. If they're promoting this week's show, what does that tell you? They would look like dumbasses if they were promoting this week's show if they're already canceled.
And
Even
sort
if
of
he,
Ben Belter on that front, he's never said it's cancelled. He has always said the rumour is that it might be getting cancelled some point later on in the year. It's not definitively cancelled.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
saying it's definitively cancelled. He's
Right.
saying the reports suggest it's likely.
Yeah, no, I
Not
definitely know
definitive
how he
fact.
said it. It was
People
just
yeah.
yeah, it was just fans running away with it and making it worse than it already was.
Oh, what a surprise. What a
But-
surprise. Fans getting their own ideas and going above their station.
but
Yeah, I know. Well, one thing I want to say about that is just going back to Raw real quickly is when, I wanted to say it before the IWC explodes over it. Kevin Owens stomped on the U.S. title on Memorial Day out of all days. What would you do to get heat? It didn't even work with the crowd because that crowd wasn't one of the best crowds that Raw have had, especially with the Raw being the last one in the Nassau Coliseum. But I hope I don't see a lot of hate comments about that. I know I will, because
No.
Kevin Owens stomping on a belt that really has nothing to do with the United States Championship. The troops don't look to the United States Championship for patriotism. They don't. It's just a wrestling game.
anything to get heat, as long as your name's in someone's mouth, that's all that matters.
Exactly. And Kevin Owens obviously is in our mouths because we have to talk about it because we enjoy talking about it. It's our hobby. It's a thing.
Mm.
But if it's in people's mouths for the wrong reasons, like saying that was so disrespectful, that's what they want you to say. But don't
My response: get over it, Marks.
yeah yeah. So I just won't be surprised if I see a lot of comments about it. But
It's not like
to the
he
point where
burned
WWE
the
apologizes
flag.
for it. Like WWE apologizes for it. That's as worse as stomping on the flag.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Penn and Teller burn it every single night on their show, and no one says anything to them. Ugh. All right, so that's what we've got for this week. Like I said, join us for Elimination Chamber 11 o'clock on Sunday night. Raw immediately, I feel like it's a network, immediately following the Stone Cold podcast with Paul Heyman.
Except our network is free
Yes, our network is free.
all the time.
Yes. And there's always new content. And it may not appeal to you one day, but it may appeal to you the next day, so we'll see.
We're the ones that will give you Nitro episodes.
Yes. I would love to talk WCW on here sometime. So that being said, as always, before we go, thank everyone for watching and for Tristan to be in the chat tonight. That was awesome. We will be talking Halloween Horror Nights probably next week, actually, if rumors are to be believed. That something is coming very soon that ties in with a movie releasing next week.
There's actually, not to go much into that, but there's actually a rumored map layout of where the houses are.
Yeah, that map's been out for a while. Yeah, take that.
I just now saw it today, courtesy of Horror Nightmares, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, this map deal has happened for a while now, like several years before they actually made it official. So we'll talk about that on the podcast for sure. So what do we got for the rest of the week? Obviously, it is now Tuesday, so tomorrow we'll bring you Impact Wrestling. I'll be talking about Hardcore War. And Thursday, brand new Sip and Snack. Have not decided what I'm going to do yet, so stay tuned for that. Friday AJ's movie reviews will be San Andreas, Aloha, and The Human Centipede 3. Yes.
Yeah, San Andreas. Yeah.
Saturday, Gaming with Ash returns, and we had it a little bit later than normal this week, but it will return on its regular day and time. Ashley, what are you talking about on Saturday?
Considering I'm being distracted at the minute by teens being so bored they're trying to summon demons with the Charlie challenge. Who knows?
Oh, right. No idea what that means. Now, Sunday, brand new verses. Your cryptic comment is haunting. And Monday,
it's up there with the Charlie challenge then.
we'll go with that. Monday, we will, of course, go into an archive of your Elimination Chamber Popcast, which will go live at 11 o'clock p.m. on Sunday. And right after the Paul Heyman edition of the Stone Cold Podcast ends, we will be bringing you guys the Popcast for Raw. And we're going to delve a little bit into what Paul Heyman and Stone Cold have to say, so we'll see how far that goes. And more Impact, more NXT, more Sip and Snack, more AJ's movie reviews, more Versus, more Gaming with Ash, and more Halloween Horror Nights news coming soon. Halloween Horror Nights Popcast with James, Tristan, and Alex coming up very soon. And another Halloween Horror Nights Popcast of my own with James, Tristan, Alex, and Aaron, and possibly some special guests. So that's coming very soon. And a Universal Orlando Popcast coming very soon. As soon as we get a nice plethora of information, we will be doing a Universal Popcast. So that's coming very soon as well. So as always, Ashley, where can we catch you on social media?
I'm on Twitter, Ash is my name UK. In terms of Facebook, follow the Whole Indie Show, OS Mystics and Flicks. Whole Indie Show, my indie wrestling podcast, coming up later this week with some stuff which may still be to be announced. That's the really interesting twist. Even I don't know what it is.
Nice. Aaron, run down your laundry list of social media.
That's what it is.
Yes.
I am on Instagram and Facebook at Mr. Entertainment 92, as well as on Twitter at Mr. ENT92, which I hit 700 followers today, so you guys are awesome. I want to thank you for that. And yeah, it's growing every week. Yeah, now rapidly, I should say. And Vine and live stream, also Mr. Entertainment. And this week, I will be viewing advanced special screenings of New Spy and San Andreas, so I will have those movie reviews this week, and a couple giveaways for a couple advanced screenings for people who live in Florida if they want to see some movies before they come out in theaters, and that's about it.
As always, you can like our Facebook fan page at Sir Owen Disney Pop, or you can search for it at Sir Owen Disney and Pop. Follow me on Twitter at Sir Owen Disney, and you can, while you're there on Facebook, you can send me a friend request at Owen Disney. And if you'd like to email me ideas you have for Versus or Sip and Snack or the Vlog of Randomness, which is on hiatus right now, but it'll return soon. Plus, if you'd like to just chat with me, ask me questions, travel, Disney, Universal, Halloween Horror Nights, or you want to become a podcast yourself, or, as always, if you are a theme park or wrestling podcast and would like me to be a part of your show, send me an email, siroandisney@gmail.com. So, as always, Aaron and Ashley, thank you for joining us tonight.
No problem.
No problem.
And we will join all of you again on Sunday for Elimination Chamber. And any parting words, guys?
Fight Owens fight. No, win Owens win.
Ashley?
Yeah.
Beware the hoodie man, maybe?
No. Trust me, you will not know the hoodie man is showing up.
He will be.
You see him. You won't get any warning. If by magic, the shopkeeper will appear. And yes, that is a Mr. Ben reference.
Oh my god.
Up, kids. Best TV show in the history of ever.
So, that being said, thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And that's all we got to say about that.
No, it isn't.